this on. All right, we should be feeding out to the people out there in the world. You are watching us and listening to us live on Player, so that we can hope. Oh, look at that Stag 308 right there. So we can actually hold guns. We can touch them like this because YouTube won't let us do it. So if you're listening to this later and you want to join us live, go to player/Who Moved My Freedom or WMMF. That's the place to go. We also put it up on YouTube as well. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you want to know how to join us live, that is what you do. Let me see if I can get everyone up in here for right now. For some reason, my thing's not focusing. All right, there we go. All right, so I think we've got everyone here. We do have Josh of Black Diamond Guns and Gear joining us, as well as BabyFace P, as well as Walther Killer Keller is here. And if you guys are ready for Free For All Monday, I am ready. Let me see. I'm gonna press this button. My special button thing has kind of like. Let me see if this works. I don't know if it's gonna work.
Welcome back to the Hank Strange Situation, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Franklin Armory. Franklin Armory provides 100% US-made firearms and awesome binary option triggers. Their focus and purpose is to provide freedom tools to all Americans, especially those in not-so-free states. So when you're in the market, please consider Franklin Armory. All right, here we go. Let me load everyone up. Let's see. This is how we're gonna do it. Let's get the jazz hands going, guys. Come on with the jazz hands. Oh, okay. I'm also holding guns and doing jazz hands at the same time. We are live. I hope you have your big girl panties on. This is episode 1017 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. It's Free For All Monday, and we've got Walter of Safety Harbor Firearms joining us. There he goes. We've got Patrick, Babyface P, joining us, and we have Josh, one of the big Josh of Black Diamond Guns and Gears here in the studio. It's been a long time since we've had him on, and let's see what is that you got over there.
This is the very dirty CMMG Banshee.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Used it for a rifle class on Sunday, actually. Hybrid 46M on the end of it, and that's really so dirty.
Oh, that's very nice. Oh, that's real sexy, right there. Can we get? Let me see. I don't know. You might have to move back to see that whole thing in one shot, Josh. Let's see if we can. Little
SBR going.
Yeah, that looks good. Very, very, very nice. Let's see what Patrick has here. What you showing off, Patrick? This is what is this?
Life and Liberty, do all, everything, night vision, ready, gun.
Okay.
Normally the can is on the front. It's currently on a customer's build downstairs that I'm going to be testing.
Yeah, so, that looks like a Surefire muzzle.
No.
Is that a Surefire?
No. Silencer-Co.
Oh, Silencer-Co.
Silencer-Co AESR mount. In a D-ball, a PEC 15 Alpha, and a Surefire, and all the good stuff that goes on.
All the goodies on there. And
That's
Walter,
right.
what you got?
I got my recently acquired Keltec SU-16.
Very nice.
From in a horse trading deal that me and Mr. Strange did.
Yes, that's right. And you were complaining about something. You said like something you didn't get something. I heard you complaining over there.
Me?
Yeah, was I mishearing that in the beginning? I only partially heard like you were complaining to me about a magazine or something like that.
No, I wasn't bitching about anything like that.
Okay. All right.
I got plenty of mags. I mean, this was pulled out of the wrapper before I came home from work. So yeah, I got no shortage of magazines. I make sure of that shit.
Right. So welcome back. Shout out to everyone out there. Smash the arrows ups. I see 42 Chill is out there. Jade Grew is out there in the chat. Night Train is out there as well. Let us know if you have questions and all that. Night Train says CMMG Banshee equals money. They're nice guns, though.
Dude, I like them a lot. I got a couple of them. They sent one. They've only sent me one.
Mm-hmm.
I bought the other two with myself, but I dig them a lot. I really like them a lot. They're really really put together really well. And I don't know if you've been to the factory or not. But they basically do everything in house except for like little detents and stuff. Everything else is made in house.
No, I've never been to the factory. I know, didn't they expand, or they've got their own range and stuff like that now? Yeah. We've had Mike from CMMG on the show. He's really cool.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's. I like Mike a lot.
Yeah, good people. The Banshee has a 5.7 version, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now they do. Yeah. But I think it wasn't a thing until they did the Descent line, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Now it is, I think.
Wait, so they didn't do 5.7s until they did the Descent?
I don't think so. I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I think they brought it in when they had the Descent line.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. So usually, what we do here in the first round is we check in with everyone, see how their weekend was. I say since we have Josh, we'll go with him, and he hasn't been on in a while. So
yeah, man. It's a pretty good weekend. I mean, let's see, what did I do on Saturday? I don't know. I can't remember. I know I had a rifle class on Sunday. I did a Opie and the Smokies is a guy that's close to me. I've been shooting with him for about 10 years. You know who he is.
I've heard that name before. I don't know why I know that name.
He does that big. He does a big suppressor thing, right?
Yeah,
that's who it is.
Yeah.
Opie and Smokies. Where are you? What part of the country are you in?
I'm in Knoxville.
Yes, Tennessee. Hank. We have a mutual friend that shoots with Opie and the Smokies on nighttime.
Oh, are you talking about what's his
Kyle.
name? From Kyle? Yeah, Kyle. Okay.
Yes, Kyle. Cool. Kyle. That's why I know that name. Is Kyle shoots with him. They do night fun together with Nods.
Yeah. He just started doing. Of course, he started doing Naughty After Dark. Like I think this is his second year. Was this past year, and Naughty After Dark is basically this huge night vision shoot that they do every year. It lasts like 3 days.
That's it.
It's very cool. If y'all haven't been, I mean, it's really really cool, and it's definitely fun to get down to. They basically do rentals, and like you can literally try everything you see there just to see what you. And the whole point of it is to get everybody together and to basically show off everything so that people can look at stuff just so they can figure out if they want to buy it first. So it's very very cool. But
it's basically like a drug dealer getting them hooked on night vision and lasers and all the stuff that goes along with it.
Yeah, just sprinkle some free crack rocks on him.
Oh goodness!
But he started doing classes and stuff. So he was doing a rifle class on Sunday. So I joined him in on that and did a rifle class with him. So it was pretty fun though.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet, but I have heard about it from quite a few people. So
it's fun.
I've heard that's cool. Yeah. Let's see. All right, so let's go to Walter. What you get up to this weekend? We're gonna skip Patrick completely. No.
Oh, I shot a movie.
Oh, you shot a movie? What'd you say?
Yeah. I started a movie on Saturday. So I have a friend of mine. He runs a podcast called the Confessionals Podcast, and it's basically a paranormal podcast. And he does podcasts, and then he also does like movie making and documentaries and stuff like that. And so he was making a documentary this weekend, and he asked me if I wanted to do some reenactment stuff for him. So I did that on Saturday, and then I did a rifle class on Sunday. So it was pretty full.
Oh, cool. Okay, let's go to Walter. How was your weekend, Walter?
My weekend was good. Saturday, went up to Camp Keller, as I call it. Met these two people up there. I think they something about Strange. The last day, Strange. Hank and Lola came up and meet us up there, and it was me, me and my wife and my son.
Yeah, you said you needed some muscle.
Well, yeah, and I ended up muscling it myself. So
I helped you with a couple of things, man. I did some lifting.
That's okay.
Lifted one or two things.
It ended up not being that bad, but I'm just Camp Keller is where my dad used to live, and we're still cleaning up his stuff and going through things. And so I loaded up the trailer, brought some stuff home. We shot a couple guns. We did a little horse trading.
Yep. I actually put rounds through that Tech 9.
Yeah, so did I. Boom, boom, jam. Boom, boom, jam.
Yes, basically, I think the extractor is broken, as Shooting Gallery said.
Yeah,
So,
you get about 3 rounds out of it and then jam up.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So,
but
Oh yeah,
no, and
I was down with y'all.
what's that?
I saw Joe was down there with y'all not too long ago.
Yeah.
He moved. He's full time down here now.
Yeah, he's been in Florida for like a year. Yeah. Well, actually, Joe works for Safety Harbor Firearms now, Josh.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and he's excited about it too. Today wasn't too exciting around the shop, but it was for me. I sold some of the stuff I brought home, but
Right.
yeah. And Sunday I just went back to the shop and kind of I posted stuff on a couple places on the internet, and one of the things sold in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Which was surprising in a way, but not in another. I mean, it was a Humvee, basically a portable Humvee tire changing unit thing from the military that I bought surplus a few years back, and it's just been sitting up at my dad's. And
Yeah.
I posted on one of the.
What did you sell that for?
$750.
$750. Nice.
$750. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
And
the
I
box
posted
was
it,
awesome. All I wanted was the box, but
he wanted that box. Yeah,
Walter wouldn't give me the box.
No.
Which box?
It's. Do you have a picture of it? I don't think I have
if you go to Camp Flamingo on Facebook, there's a picture that I posted.
Oh, you didn't put it in our chat that we usually do?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, no,
I
it's in
did.
here. Hold on one
yeah,
second.
I did
Let me
send you
throw it
guys.
up
I
here
did send you guys.
so people could see. So check it out. This was the box.
Oh yeah,
Like
that
those
was
boxes,
nice.
those boxes last forever.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a Hardig
Walter,
box, I think.
yeah, Walter wouldn't freaking give it up though.
No. So
I guess you wouldn't have made $750 if you didn't have the box.
yeah,
So
it would have been hellacious to ship. It's going to up near from my place in Florida around Tampa to up near Atlanta. So
Oh, you have
shipping,
to ship
You're
it?
shipping that whole thing?
that's why it's on the pallet.
Oh wow. Okay. What did that cost?
I don't know. The guy, I told him, he said, "Can we ship a truck?" I said, "Yeah, you can ship it. You arrange it. You can ship it anywhere you want."
Yeah,
I'm not going to arrange it because that involves making phone calls and getting
Yeah.
quotes and all that stuff.
He must have
so.
really want. Yeah, it must have be worth it for the part.
That's
no, he
when
said
you know that you probably priced it too low, but good for you, it's out of the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think I paid maybe $300 for it, maybe when I bought it. So I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
It's out of my hair. It's out of that barn up there. So
Yeah, very nice.
yeah. So it's it was designed for changing tires on Humvees.
Yeah.
And he was happy as could be. He said, "I can use the crap out of this thing." So it's like,
Yeah.
he's a military vehicle guy, so he must be doing stuff with Humvees.
You must have at least one Humvee, if not a few.
Yeah.
So I know there's a lot of collectors of those. Okay, Patrick had nothing he was up to,
no,
so we can
Walter
move on.
didn't answer me. Walter has yet to answer me the question. His Humvee.
Oh,
Oh, I still have my Humvee, but
yeah, I know.
When I've changed the tire before, I haven't had to. I haven't had to do that. So
You mentioned at one point that you may not want to keep your Humvee forever, and I would love to take it off your hands if I could ever.
I see.
Didn't you buy those online for like $8,000 or something like that? I mean, they're
Humvees?
usually pretty.
it
Yeah.
depends on the condition and what's on it and what isn't on it.
There also has a thing with Walters is already papered correctly, and the states that allow you. Oh, is yours? I thought yours
Well, I
was
mean,
papered.
I have a tag in Vermont actually.
Yes, but
Florida-
Vermont has been like clamping.
Yeah, I
down
don't
on
think
that
you
thing.
could do Vermont anymore. So if you
They're
have a
very
Vermont,
tight with them now.
so yours is streetable.
Yeah,
Yeah, oh,
yours
yeah,
is
I can drive
treatable,
it,
which
yeah.
is a little more rare.
Yeah, because a lot of
I
people
have-
are buying them now and trying to figure out how to get them papered.
Well, a lot of states you can take it and get it inspected, and they'll give you a tag. In Florida,
No.
because of all the shenanigans that have went on here in Florida, from people shipping stuff out of the country and whatever, they won't do that.
Shenanigans
Once it
in
says-
Florida, that doesn't make sense.
It's
Ooh.
it's kind of
We're
like
so
ATF.
innocent. We are.
I heard
Kind of
there's
like
gonna be like a Florida Man
AT
games or something like that. And that's
Yeah.
what's going on?
It's kind of like ATF, and there once a machine gun, always a machine gun. If a vehicle in Florida says for off-road use on the title,
Yeah.
that's what it stays.
Don't put it on the road. Don't get caught with it on the road.
Yeah, I think you would
But-
literally have to disassemble it and reassemble it somehow.
I
and
don't
proof to
think
them.
there's any. The VIN
Is that what
is.
it- Oh,
There's no way around it.
So what I did was in Vermont they'll register anything as long as it's not stolen or something. So I went ahead and did that, and boom, I got a tag and a sticker and registration. You don't get a title, you just get a tag. So
okay, but
So
you could put it
how
on the
do you
street.
buy? How do you buy and sell then if you don't have a title for it? Like, how does that work?
well, eventually, if I sell, I do have a Florida title. I'd never transferred to my name, so
okay. So
I would transfer the title into my name, and then if somebody wants that, they can have it. We can transfer it and do all that stuff.
I literally today sat down with Marley and was like, my car is going to be paid off in July. It's too small for the baby. Why don't I get an old beater 4Runner?
A
Why don't
Humvee,
I
yeah,
get
sure, but not a Humvee. That's
Listen,
not.
She doesn't need to know about Humvee. Okay, we'll strap the baby in the
It's
side.
gonna be.
You'll
You
love
are gonna regret the living daylights
You
out
will
of
love
that.
it.
Listen, I love a Humvee, but you will regret that, sir.
Oh, it will not. Yeah, no. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make that a daily driver. That would be a hell of a daily driver.
Your ass will be broken.
Yeah.
And there's no AC either, by the way.
Yeah,
No,
Humvees
no.
are rough. Go ahead,
I mean,
Josh.
you can get a Humvee
I'm
with
just
AC. The later ones and stuff that had Humvee in them, but had AC in them. But
Yeah.
it can be done, but it's not a comfortable vehicle
Yeah,
by
it's not
any
a nice
means.
ride.
So
What were you gonna say, Josh?
I was just gonna say, in fuel alone, you would be broke because then they're like,
Oh yeah.
It's like
it's running 6.5 diesel. It's not going to be a miser on diesel, but it's a military vehicle. They don't worry about that shit.
Yeah, that's a baller
Everything-
ride.
I am
From
totally
what-
serious, Walter. Though, if you at some point, if you do truly want to get rid of it, I would love to talk with you. So
Okay, all right. Well, I'll keep you in mind.
keep me in mind.
When you regain your sanity, you'll change your mind.
I would know. Seriously, the only thing I want more than that is a Modus with the big turbo diesel that you can run fry oil out of. I would love one of those too.
Okay,
M35s. Yeah, M35. I would
yeah.
love an M35.
that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I think I
they-
can convince Marley to let me park a Humvee outside. I don't think I can convince her to let me park an M35 outside. Just not going to happen.
M35 is so crappy to drive around in. No power
Oh God,
steering.
I'm sure they're terrible. but
How
they're
fast
cool
can
as
you
shit.
drive? How fast can that even go?
45, 50.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's not as bad as I thought.
Compared to, I have a 1078, which is the FMTV, which is the new version of the 2.5-ton truck. Has power steering, air brakes, automatic, easy to drive. Anybody can drive that thing. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I want the diesel. I want the diesel engine that you can pull up to McDonald's, siphon off the dirty fry oil, and just keep on going.
Yeah. It always seems so awesome.
Oh, they're terrible. I'm sure they're terrible. I'm sure they're not fun.
Yeah.
No, I love the people that turn those into like RVs, like they live out of them, like expedition vehicles. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah. Right, Walter.
Yeah,
what was the guy
that's-
that I think you knew that guy? We saw him at that tank battle reenactment. Was it? I think you knew the guy that said he does.
Yeah,
that. He builds
He's built one on the LMTV.
Right
Yeah.
here, Heartland makes a floor plan where you can pimp one of those out. It looks like
Yeah.
you can get one and drop this thing on and have an RV.
Yeah. I know a bunch of different people doing it, but it's not. You better
Yeah,
have
speaking
one
of-
have the skills and two.
Hurricane M35 floor plan, $217,000 on top of your military vehicle.
No. Just say no.
No, thank
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Yeah.
they're speaking of bad fuel mileage, economy, whatever.
Those things
I
get like
mean,
8 miles to the gallon of diesel,
Yeah.
right?
The military's plan is that they put a tank on big enough to go 300 miles. So
Okay.
I think the idea is everybody fuels at the same time. Whether you're a Humvee or whatever, you go 300 miles, a tanker meets you, you refuel, you keep going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Brother was a tanker.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
Humvee
really?
has a 19-gallon tank. Remember, I had a Mark. I can't remember what Mark 48. Yeah, Mark 48, which is like a Hemet, Oshkosh Hemet. The big ass. It had 100 gallons of fuel, and it basically would take you 300 miles.
Yeah, $100 diesel.
Oh,
What's diesel?
that was that massive vehicle you had.
Yeah, the big ass one. Yeah.
Oh my god.
How much is diesel in Florida right now? It's probably.
I was just looking it up.
Four something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Once
Patrick.
again, you're driving with the military, so it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah.
No. Okay, we have no time to talk about whatever Patrick wants to talk about.
Listen, Thursday was not a weekend day. That was not the weekend.
Okay. So you don't want to talk about it, in other words.
On my weekend, I don't think I did a whole lot this weekend, to be perfectly honest.
Josh has no idea what we're talking about, so make sure he knows what we're talking about here. Yeah.
So on Thursday, Hank decided he had to come over to my house, and he is more than welcome. I love Hank coming over to our house, brings the RV setups, and sucks off our Wi-Fi because we got like gigabit internet. It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He can run the podcast here. Don't mind.
PSA was on. That's why.
Yeah, Palmetto State Armory. So he wanted to suck off the Wi-Fi and have good internet. Totally cool with that because I was going to get on and e-beg for some ammo or some magazines or something.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to
got a
e-beg
minute.
something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Hank, I go inside. I'm making Lola a cup of coffee. I come back outside. Hank has backed into the side of my house, which we back up to woods. He's back down the side of the house. Totally normal.
Which you told me I could do.
I hand Lola her cup of coffee. I turn around and I walk back out of his RV and I look and there is water coming up from my city shutoff valve flooding out of the box out onto the street. And I turn around and I go, we got a really serious problem here. I think you broke my water line.
Oh my gosh.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad.
4 hours later, and my fingers go to me for a second. My fingers are still, let's see if it'll focus, are still dirty from you.
No one told your crazy ass to start digging in the dirt with your hands.
What do you mean? I don't have water.
We'll be right back. Walther Arms has been making concealed carry handguns for over 90 years, starting with the PPK. Today, Walther is based in the good old US of A and still builds quality firearms like the PPQ and PDP for personal defense and competition. So when you're in the market, please consider Walther Arms. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Walther Arms. By the way, shout out to Chris Cruzman Bullis as well as Cool Joe 74. Shout out to him. I know that Patrick is telling the story, but let me just say, so this wasn't like, this wasn't water gushing, out of this thing. It was just a little bit of water coming out of there.
It was flowing.
Your street wasn't flooded. There was none of that going on. And Patrick immediately, I'm ready to do a show. You guys know the number one rule of show business, right? What is it?
It must go on.
Stop and help your friend turn his water off.
No, the show must go on. The show must. I'm looking at Patrick. He's down on his knees, digging with his hands. I was like, yeah, nobody's bleeding.
I got a show I got to do. I'll see you
exactly.
later.
Hank goes, you think you need a snake for that? And I was like, I don't even know what that means. No. And he just goes, okay. And he walks and just disappears in the van.
I said I'm sorry. I said I'm sorry. I said Lola's here. Right?
Yeah, he threw Lola at me. He was like, Lola will help you. And then he just goes in the van.
Did Lola help you? Did Lola help you?
Disappears in the van.
Did Lola help you, sir?
Yes, she did.
Yes. Lola pretended to be Mrs. James. She called up the city.
On the phone with the city.
Called up plumbers. Yeah. When your neighbor came to help out, Lola went and bought parts.
She went with me. We both went.
Yeah, you both went and bought parts. So everything was handled. You're welcome. You are welcome. And we did the show.
And I didn't get to e-beg for anything. And I spent 4 hours fixing my own plumbing. And thank God I have a neighbor that is a do-all type of neighbor that will throw down in a second's notice to help you. He was walking his dog and he was like, all right, hold on. Let me go. I'll walk my dog. I'll put him back and I'll come over. 10 minutes later, he was over. And 3 hours later, we had it all plumbed in and fixed. And
drinking beers.
Yeah,
literally drinking beers. Yeah.
Josh, they were having a party.
Yeah.
I told Hank, as the podcast is over, I said, don't go out there and start giggling in front of Patrick.
No. That's the wrong time.
Well, how was I when I came out there? Was I pensive? Was I regretful? Was I?
I think so. Humble? Yeah, I think you felt awful that you broke my water line. Yeah.
I'm just glad it got fixed. That was an easy fix. I'm glad for that.
Easy fix 3 hours later, digging in the mud. But
If you had to do this again, it would be easy. Come on.
I don't want to ever.
If I drove over that thing, you could
Never
just
again.
use a
Next
shovel.
time the wheels need to avoid the water line.
What exactly did it break from you running over it? Like, I don't know what it would have. How would it have done that?
How did it break?
Yeah.
So he ran. Okay, so he ran over the waterline box.
The box pinched it.
The box gave a little bit, pinched the line, and then broke the PVC.
Yeah. So you see this
right at that front end.
Yeah, this cover pushed down. So I guess when the wheel. So my van is a dually. It's heavy.
Yeah.
So it pushed it down, and it probably just cracked the line, and that's what happened there.
The box was basically straddling the PVC.
I say this is poor construction. I mean, I should really sue.
1986 construction. Yeah.
I should sue for the damage to my poor van.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, my tires got muddy when I had to drive out of. I was just concerned. I was like, "Am I going to be able to drive the hell out of here?"
I have a 1-year-old that needed bottles and baths, and I didn't know. I was like, listen, we're gonna just have to. Hank's got water in the van. We're gonna have to go give him a bath in the van.
Why? The baby, he could survive. Our baby could go. He could go a little while without.
He didn't get a bath that night. He slept through the night without a bath. He was stinky.
He didn't even care. He didn't even know.
No.
He'll never know of this.
But it all got fixed. We're all good.
And you should also tell everyone you try to extort me for a gun.
I'm not done. I am not done extorting. Listen, my pain and suffering is worth at least $340 of gun. At minimum.
Okay,
3 hours of plumbing, of emergency plumber. Do you know how much an emergency plumber would cost?
Can I just ask you a question?
Like $1,200.
Can I ask you a question? Do you remember, if we go back into the Wayback Machine, do you remember when you threw up in Lola's brand new 4Runner?
I offered to clean it. Yeah. Listen.
Did you get a bill for that?
That was long
Where
ago.
was that at? Where did that happen at?
We went to
between here and Leesburg, between Gainesville and Leesburg.
We went to what's his name shoot? What's the name of that guy?
NFA Review Channel.
NFA Review Channel. We went to his shoot, and Patrick insisted on eating some bottom of the barrel.
It was summer. It was hot.
In the summer, I was heat exhausted. Ate some pork sandwich, and it all came up right over the car.
So Josh, I told him not to eat this thing. Then we're on the highway. I'm driving Lola's brand new car, and he's over there. He goes, "Oh, I think you got to put." All I know is I'm on the highway doing 70. He winds down the window and throws up out the window, and it suctions right back in on me.
Nice.
Every single thing.
I felt awful.
Where was that bill, Patrick? Did you get it?
Listen, I told you come by. I'll take the seats out. I'll clean it. No, don't worry about it. No, don't worry about it.
Okay. And then also, I remember this too. Do you remember when Jeff, I love Jeff, right? You know your buddy Jeff that you grew up with? Do you remember?
Yes, I'm wondering where this is going.
Do you remember the time when Lola got remember that pickup truck that we had? That was the replacement for the 4Runner that got thrown up in.
You got a Dodge?
Do you remember when Lola came home, we were shooting or something like that, and Jeff's dog was there and your dog was there, and they bum rushed?
Jeff ain't got no dogs. No dogs for Jeff.
He had someone's dog with him.
No dogs for Jeff. Jeff doesn't have dogs.
So whose dog was that?
And I offered to clean it again, and you said, no, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I told you again, bring it by.
So here's the thing. I owe you one gun, you owe me two. That's...
I told you I'll clean it out. You said, no.
I owe you one gun, you owe me two. So let's just call it...
I don't know about that.
Let's just call it you owe me a gun. Let's just call it...
I don't know about that at all. I think I should bill you for labor and overtime and emergency plumbing.
Yeah.
Mental anguish.
No. We're going to have to take this to, what is it, Judge Judy or something?
Marriage court.
Yeah. Which, I'm not trying to make fun of your pain, Josh, because I know Patrick was asking you before we came on what the hell's going on with your court case you guys have. Yeah.
You were on with Dark or something a while ago, and I tried interjecting and asking that, and I don't think I got an answer. So what is the story What's the update on the range?
Yeah.
There really isn't an update other than the fact that they're doing like interrogatories and doing depositions, and it's just being pushed along and along, and it's just a long drawn out process to in order. I think what the neighbor that is suing me.
Yeah, just explain that for a second, Josh. Sorry, I don't want to cut you off, but just go back to the people who aren't familiar with what happened there.
It's not like we live in like a subdivision or something. Like we live in rural Tennessee. Like, I mean, we live on 8 acres of land. She lives on 12 acres of land. Like, it's not like we're in the middle of anywhere. We're in the middle of nowhere. But anyway, so I built a range, a very safe range where I dug into the hill. We have a hill backstop that's a natural berm and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, it's very safe. And you can go back and look at videos on my channel.
Yeah, I think everyone saw that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I only got to do like 16 of them or something. So it wasn't very many. But so she's basically... At first, she was saying that I was running a commercial range because I was doing so much shooting out here, which it was only like, on the weekends and stuff like that. But anyway, I have a 40-hour job. YouTube is not my full-time job, so it's not like I do it every single day for whatever. It's basically the weekends when we can do it. And so she was saying I was running a commercial range at first. That was what she first said, and the reason why she got it into court. And then it come to find out, like the Blount County Commissions or Zoning Commission said, no, you're not running a commercial range. We understand you're not. And so it went from that to, well, now it's a noise issue when there's no noise ordinance in Blount County. And so now it's just trying to figure out like, well, it's a quality of life for me kind of thing. And it's like, what else? I mean, you're just changing your story like the entire time. But the reason that they're doing it is because it's pushing along and she's trying to make me not be able to fight her on it is what she's trying to do. She's trying to push it out to
and all this this has been how many years now? 2 years?
3 years.
3 years. You can't even make videos on your own personal range.
Shoot out there, but I cannot shoot and record it for profit, is what the injunction says. So but the thing is, I can shoot like on the next property over and do it over there, but I can't do it on mine. So I can't record videos on my own range that I built 3 years ago. So
I think what we need to do is start a give, send, go to buy you some sort of full auto, transferable, or to get you a license where you can get one, and then, I don't know, 25,000 rounds to fit in that full auto.
I mean, I'm down with that.
Yeah, Josh, I don't think Josh is going to argue this. Yeah.
I think an M2 would work pretty well.
An
M2. So at some point here, can you get any kind of restitution from this? Like after going through, because I thought like in Tennessee people were not allowed to do this to other people.
So it's never been done before. That's never been a case done like this in Tennessee before ever. So basically, what I did was I had to pay I did like $10,000 of my own money for the initial lawyer that I had, but then my sponsors are U.S. Law Shield, right? They're your sponsors too, aren't they? So I've used them forever, and I was actually a member of them before they were a sponsor of the channel and all that stuff. And so I basically went up to them and I was like, look, guys, I'm paying this much money for this thing. And they said, yeah, it looks like a Second Amendment case to me. We're going to take it. So they've been my lawyers for the past 3 years. And so I haven't had to pay for any lawyers at all. So she's thinking that she's doing all this to try to get me to quit because I'm not going to be able to afford it anymore. But the funny thing is, it's free for me. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever.
Isn't it, aside from the Second Amendment thing, it seems like a property rights thing too.
That's what it should be, and I think that's what they're going to argue the next time they're in court.
And a frivolous lawsuit besides that, because it seems like okay, that now we got this excuse, now we got this excuse, now we got this excuse. It's like
I'm surprised the courts are letting them get away with it.
I'm all for having like a common sense review board that goes, get the fuck out of here, get. It's like.
Yeah.
Well, it's something like how in Florida, we were discussing this, I think, over the weekend, Walter. In Florida, if cities and things like that try to get in the way of people doing business, especially when it comes to Second Amendment and stuff like that, they start getting billed.
Oh, yeah.
So go ahead, Josh.
The thing he's trying to say, like, all these different things, and it's just being pushed off. And this last little bit, the reason why it got pushed off was actually my fault. Well, not my fault, it's my attorney's fault. But they hired another attorney that was like a really good civil attorney. And he was like, you haven't done this, and this to her. So we're going to do that now. It's going to take a little bit longer, but it's going to make her spend more money. And I was like, I mean, it's not costing me anything. So y'all go ahead.
Yeah, do it.
It's already been 3 years. Ain't like it's going to get any shorter. Go ahead. Yeah.
And you have
I'm
been
still
able to keep up with the channel, right? You just have to go elsewhere. Okay.
Yeah, well, now I'm doing it on my mother-in-law's property, which is like right next to mine, which is
Okay.
hilarious.
Wait, so the next door neighbor, you can use that property, your mother-in-law's,
Yeah.
and they,
Okay. And she hasn't done anything about that.
No, they can't.
Okay.
Unless they sue her too, maybe. I don't know. But
Oh.
but the funny thing is that
Mhm.
they tried to do a sound testing. They wanted to do like this whole big sound testing where they wanted to see how loud it was and stuff. So they brought in, they paid this guy who came in from like Atlanta, and he was supposedly like he was the guy that helped SIG in their new warehouse or something like that. Try to figure out how to make it. Anyway, he's a big
acoustics guy. Or something like that. Okay.
Yeah. And so he came out, looked through the range, did all the sound testing and stuff, and we have yet to hear anything about it because I'm just like, my lawyer was like, you should let them do this because it's only going to help your case because it's not loud enough for them to do anything about it.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, fine. So they came out, we shot the stuff or whatever, and and we haven't heard anything about it yet because it's not loud enough. Like there's nothing for them
so
to do.
they're not going to bother because it doesn't have any effect.
They spent tons of money on it, and I think it's hilarious. And I'm just like, yeah. Whatever.
It's too bad. It's too bad. You know?
Is this person old, young? Where is this?
No, that's the thing. She's neither one of them are. So neither one of them are like real old. I mean, they're not that much older than I am. I mean, they have to be maybe in their 50s, maybe. I don't know. I mean, not that
Okay,
much.
so she's not going to die before it's over with, is it?
is there anything else that goes into this? Is there?
Yeah.
Other
Did you guys have
animosities
beef
that
or
have-
something? Yeah.
No. So the first time I ever met her, she came down when we were doing a like Durmag came up and we were doing like a little shoot here at the house or whatever, and she just like popped over the hill and I didn't even know she was over there. Like it literally goes up and like over a hill. Like it's really crazy how she thinks that it's close to her house. It's not. But she came up like over on the other side of the hill, and they were like, "Hey, is somebody walking up there?" And so we kind of stopped, and that was the first time I ever met her. And I invited her to come down and look at the range and shoot. And I was like, anytime you want to come over, bring your husband or whatever. And totally nice to her. And I showed her the range that we built and everything, told her how safe it was and all that stuff. Still, after that, about 6-7 months later, papers.
Yeah. I think that
is the main reason that anybody comes up over the hill, you say, listen, you need to turn your ass around and get back off that property. Go the other way. You don't need to come.
You have to try to be cool with your neighbors. Like I'm cool with my neighbors, but you probably got one of these people that moved from the city to the country, but they don't really understand freedom.
Yeah.
So, because
The thing
like
is,
you
it's
said,
not
you're
just
not doing
me.
that every day. So
It's not just me that's out here though. Like when they were doing the sound testing, it's really funny. They were doing the sound testing. They were all over the place, and it was just like on a Saturday or something, like something normal. And I'm like, guys, it's not just me that's out here. I try to tell that all the time, and literally it was just like all over the place. And this one guy specifically that I know, he was just like going off, and I was just like, see, it's not just me, guys. Like, how are you going to sue everybody? How you gonna make everybody quit?
it's the same thing where we're in Florida, but it's the same thing here, man. It's freedom, and people, believe it or not, people shoot more than me unless we've got like Walther or some other company here, and we're going.
Yeah, unless I show up with a couple cans of ammo that everybody sticks their fingers into. Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Walter. We appreciate it, and we love you. So it's unfortunate. So all of that's still going on. How much time do you think you have before you resolve all this? What's the estimate?
I'll be honest with you. Like, I think that we're doing the last little bit of depositions and stuff, and after that, they're going to do a court date, which who knows what it'll be. The funny thing was, like, the first year was in 2020. It was in October 2020, so the court shut down. Basically, COVID shut everything down. And so it pushed everything back like 6 months. So that was like automatic. But then after that, it was just kind of like, well, my lawyer got COVID, or her lawyer got COVID, or whatever. And so just kind of like, they can't give you like a specific date like right then as soon as it's rescheduled. They have to give you down months down the road. So it's done that like 4 or 5 times, and so it's just been over and over and over again. But hopefully within the next 3 to 4 months, maybe, I don't know.
Okay. Well,
I told him I'm not worried about it. Like, I'm shooting over here anyway. I don't care. It doesn't really matter to me.
Well, if when you resolve it, and if it comes to your resolving your things, and they don't put any restrictions on you, I think you need to have a party.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're really, really, really sure what it is to be loud.
Oh yeah. Man.
I mean, just have the Mad Minute
Yeah.
I hope one of these days, I envision one of these days that you could just buy out her property or something, man. I hope you can slap some penalties on her and take over that thing and she moves out of town.
I would love that. She's got another 12 acres on the other side, so that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be justice, in my opinion. Yeah. What else is going on? What's, bring us up to speed. What else is going on with you guys?
So we're just doing the normal videos like normal, but I am doing there's a website that come out called fattac.com, and basically it is a website, and I've talked about this for a long time with a friend of mine, and he basically was like, well, let's do it. So he made a website. He did it all. I'm just talking about it on my YouTube channels and stuff, but basically he created a website specifically for bigger guys to go and find the stuff that they need in their sizes. So
is it this?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
I like the logo. I think the logo's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Let's
go in on that.
Hey, that looks like somebody, I think.
Who would that be?
They have their own fat holster, so it's the low riding holsters I've been talking about for
sweet.
years.
Oh, okay.
They have all those on there, all kinds of.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah. So they got light models and all that stuff, everything you can think of.
Cool.
In the process of getting all the other ones. So, let's see what else is on there. Oh, body armor from Prime Armor's on there. I mean, it's made for XL people.
Okay.
Sizes. So, and not only that, like if you wear a normal size, like, well, a big guy wears a normal size, like, plate carrier and stuff, it looks like a bib on you, like this big, And these guys, I talked them in. I was like, guys, we need some bigger plates. So they make an 11 by 14. So it literally goes like nipple to nipple on me,
cool.
Like down to my belly button. They're made out of
the moobs, the man boobs.
They're made out of polyethylene. So they're like 8 pounds a piece, and they're level 4 plates.
Okay.
And he makes bigger plate carriers for all that stuff to fit in, and he makes XL stuff. You can do your custom sizes. We got Blue Alpha belts on there with an unlimited amount of size for your belt. So they told me they've done up to like 74 before. That's a big old waist.
On the belt? Oh, wow.
Yeah,
on a belt.
That's wide felt there.
Yeah.
Or lady.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Big old t-shirts.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and get more into this. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like High Point Firearms and Full Forge Gear, bags and gear for everyday life. Did you know High Point is an American family-owned and operated company located in Ohio with over 30 years of manufacturing experience? High Point is proud to be the home of the working man's gun and your source for affordable handguns and carbines with a lifetime warranty. So when you're in the market, please consider High Point. All right, very nice. We are back here. Okay, so I do want to pull this up again, so just so we can take a look at the website right here. So you're saying there's not just the holsters. I can see like Blue Alpha belts. You got Gideon optics on there. Prime Armor, you got a bunch of accessories. Looks like you're going to have medical stuff coming. Very cool. I don't know if Walter or Patrick have any questions here.
Well, I mean, I can make you remember, I remember it was SEMA show, maybe the first time I went with you, Hank. We're sitting around, I think it was SEMA, and we came up with the idea of tactical fat.
Right, yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
I did logos and everything for Tactical Fat. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know where I don't know if I have that on my phone where I could pull it up here real quick. I'll look and see.
I mean,
but yeah.
Guys that are my size, I actually have lost 100 pounds since September. But anyway,
I was going to say, you look like you've lost some weight, man. Congratulations, brother.
That's awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
I had sleeve surgery actually, but yeah, it's been a bit of a process. But guys that are my size, man, they have a hard time finding stuff that fits them like that. I mean, it's just not made for big guys. Like everything is cookie cutter for small people. And if you can find something that makes it more comfortable for you and to get what you need, I mean, we're trying to do a one-stop shop. You know what I'm saying? So everything is on that site.
Yeah. So I don't know what is the sleeve surgery if that's not too.
No, I don't care. It's basically like they cut your stomach out.
Okay.
They
like a
they
resection.
make your normally your stomach is like 32 to 33 ounces. That's what your stomach usually holds, most people. And they cut that down to be about 8 ounces. So literally, like, you take 2 to 3 bites and you're full.
Okay.
So
okay.
it just makes you. It's a tool for you to use to. I didn't have an off button, man. Like when I would eat, it was just like I'd eat till I was full, and then I'd eat till I was sick. Like it was just I have done my entire life. And once I had this is the thing that happened. Once I had a child, actually, once I had a kid, my dad died a month afterwards.
And sorry about that, man.
It was rough. He had, he was big, and he had diabetes and forever, and it mainly that was the reason why he died, is because he had overweight issues, heart stuff and all that stuff. And when that happened, I was like, I was already pre-diabetic, I was 350 pounds, and I was like, dude, I have got to do something, because I don't want to head down this path. I want to be here longer for my kids than my dad was for me. And so I just did it, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, I know that's tough, man. I think in the last couple of years, like, I think everyone here has lost either like grandparents, parents. It's a it's a rough deal, but it's good that you're dealing with it. I was gonna say something about you looking like you're getting slimmer. I was gonna ask you if you were on that Ozempic.
I've heard bad things about that stuff. If you're not diabetic, I've heard bad things about it. Now, if you're diabetic, I've heard that it actually works really good for you.
Yeah. A lot of people, I feel like, are overusing it. But look, at the end of the day, people, yes, we all want to be here longer and do more with our lives, and we've got to, like, at some point take responsibility for that, and have the strength and the courage to do that, man. So I'm not knocking anything. And I know you've always been, like, I've seen you, for example, IV 8888. You've always been proud of all your manliness. You're the one dude I know that will pull his shirt off anywhere.
Yep, all the time. Still do, so it's fine.
Yeah. One day you're going to pull that shirt off. It's going to be like Brad Pitt's six-packs down there,
With a little bit skin on top of it.
Well, there's ways of taking care of that too, brother.
I told myself, I was like, I'm not doing this for a vanity thing. Like, I will probably never do like skin removal surgery. I'll probably never do that. I just don't see it being a problem. Like, I mean, it's the reason why, if I feel good and like I feel great right now, like I can literally, run and do things I've never done before, because I'm down to like 252, I think. So I'm right at 100.
Wow, that's cool, man. That's good.
Yeah, and it's been 6 months so far. So they said that I would lose about 180 over the course of a year. So
yeah, that's good. Keep it up. How old's your son?
He's 17 months right now.
17 months. Okay. Congratulations. Yeah. I think you and Patrick would be in the new daddy category. How old is Chloe?
Mine's 14 months.
14 months. Yeah. There you go. Okay.
It's a life changer, man. Definitely a life changer. Best thing I ever did.
Yeah. I remember when my kids were born, I was like, oh shit, now I can't die. Up until that point, I didn't give a shit, to be honest.
Yep, that was me, man. That was me all the way. I was the guy that didn't want kids. I was the guy that didn't want to get married, didn't want kids. I've been married now I've been with the same woman for 22 years.
Okay.
And I'm 38. So, I mean, it's been a long time. We've been together ever since I was like 17.
Okay.
But
very good.
Yeah.
I've been married for like 13 years, and I was like, I never wanted kids, but I swear now I'm thinking about it, like, I wish I'd have done it when I was younger, but I'm kind of glad I didn't do it when I was younger, because I had all that time to like get everything I was doing out of my system. And now, like, I'd just rather be at home in my underwear. And so if that's the case, then I'm here just hanging out with him. So it's like I'm spending more time with him anyway. So
yeah, I think that's true, man. It's good to, like, feel like you lived your life before you go out there and do crazy shit and mess up your family. It's tough right now to have a regular family, believe it or not, man. All the powers that be, it seems like they're coming down on it. What were you going to say, Walter? You going to say something about you never had that thought with kids? Like, now I can't die, I got to stay alive now?
No, I never had that thought. No, that wasn't a thought on my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, I just always, like, I mean, I grew up in New York City. I was always wild. Like, I always really never gave a shit. I did a lot of things that I should have never done. And I don't know. But I remember having that thought when our older son was born. I remember like going to the hospital with Lola. He was born, and then I remember leaving them there and driving home, and I was like flying on the highway, and I remember thinking to myself, "Oh shit, you gotta take it easy now."
Yeah.
You know.
Well, driving's a different story. I try to calm it down on driving and stuff like that, but it's hard. But I do think about it a lot, though. That's like I said, that's the reason why I did the surgery. I mean, I was just like, got to do something, man. I can't. I got to be here a little longer.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's in our genetic coding to make families, to get married, have children, build a home, and all those kinds of things. It's now, like, I'm at this point I'm 52. At some point, you look at their asses and want to wring their necks. That's coming.
Oh, you had some serious opportunities to wring some neck.
Yeah,
I'm tell you what.
You will get past the cute stage. It'll happen.
We won't go into it here, but yeah, I think I want to wring somebody's neck. Yeah.
That's nearly impossible for mine. I'm telling you,
they start out sweet and innocent, but it doesn't stay like that, my friend. Yeah, it doesn't stay like that. Go ahead, Walt. What's up?
I'm going to change the subject just a little bit.
Yes.
This is going to be a flashback for you, Hank.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking at this gun.
Okay, hold on. Let me go
Caltech
full screen on you.
SU-15.
Right.
There is no place on this, and correct me if I'm wrong, there is no place on this thing to put a sling. No sling hangers, no QDs, no fucking nothing. I looked everywhere. I've been staring at it, trying to figure out where you
in the
mount a
hilt. There's
sling.
not a little loop thing back there. I'm not.
Well, you got this big ass hole right here, but you can't
now,
put a sling there.
so when you close the stock down, it doesn't go over that magazine, right? You said
it won't go over.
No,
It won't go over. It won't go over the Magpul. No, it'll go over a standard magazine. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, this one. It'll go over Patrick's face. Yes.
Yeah.
But it won't go over a.
You know what? Does it, like, one of these places that does all the Caltech? Someone help me out here, Patrick.
You're talking about
is it M Carbo? No.
Carbo? Yeah, I think it's
Why? Hang on. Wait a second. Hang on a second. That's like saying you got to break in a shotgun. Why do I have to? Why do I have to go to an accessory manufacturer to buy a sling loop?
Listen, I famously got on Caltech's hate list for saying that they made a gun and didn't even put a QD point on it.
Yeah, that's stupid.
And when I first
and
met
they
Hank,
hated me for that. One
like
day, literally a week before that, they were on my range shooting guns with me.
Then the next week they hated Caltech. Every time I turned around, Hank was doing something with Caltech. And as soon as he mentions the QD one time, they threw him right off the bus. Boom.
And ran over me and backed up.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I don't like about this. It doesn't have a QD point anywhere on the handguard at all. I had to add one up here.
Yeah, but you know what? You have somewhere to add it. There's no.
Yeah, but there's not one milled into it though. I wish there was one into it somewhere. It's got the hooks back here. You can put one on.
Yeah, and on that stock there was nothing. Oh, that particular is that a Magpul?
On this one there is. Yeah, this is a Magpul.
Yeah.
Is that the slim? Whatever the slim thing is.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you have to add it on the Magpul. It doesn't come from the store.
No, I think Magpul. Yeah, Magpul has the point for it, doesn't it? When it comes, yeah.
It has a place for it, but I think you have to.
Yeah, you got to buy the.
Yeah. Oh, that looks like it's molded into it.
Yeah, no, it's got the molded connection. You just have to get something to go in there, Magpul. But it's interesting to me that you would have, like, Caltech or any other company making a gun in these modern times. And I get it, like, I know how expensive molds are, so if you miss it, right, you might go, this is not worth the money going into the mold. But I think what I said was, I can't believe that all these engineers sitting around the table with the boss, because I think Kellgren from Caltech, I think that guy's a genius. He's like on Browning.
Can I just tell you what probably goes? Can I tell you what goes on? Probably.
Mm-hmm. What?
I haven't cleaned it.
Oh, you cleaned it up with your fingers. Yeah.
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 Bad thing to let it sit like that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I've been in a. Anyways. Oh, Mr. Kellgren, we need to add a QD mount. What did you say? Well, I didn't say anything, sir. I didn't say anything. I'm sorry. It's like,
then what is the point of working somewhere if you can't, like,
hey,
speak up?
If if one of the guys, if Joe, for example, Joe just started wearing, if Joe says, hey, well, maybe you want to try this on this thing, maybe, and if it's a good idea, it's like, fuck yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So,
I would hope it's not being run over there like that, but it probably. I think. By the way, shout out to Shooting Gallery Joe. I think Keltec. Listen, I still like Keltec. I still think they make really cool stuff, but they run like a cult.
I'm not saying it does work like that over there, but I have worked in a situation like that where it's like this is the way it's going to be, and don't try to change it. I know how that works, so.
They could still have molded one on the end back there. They could have molded one on the buttstock.
Yeah, I think they had. This gun is a lot of plastic. There's a lot of plastic on this gun.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at the Magpul buttstock I have, it's molded into it. They could have made one on that.
Oh yeah, they could have put something like back here, or I mean, obviously you got a grip right here, but.
So I don't know if you know. Do you know the story of this gun, Walter? So let me see. I mean, I already sold it to you, so this is a good time for me to tell you the story of this gun. So this particular gun I had, it worked great, just like it is right now. It's got built-in sights. You can run it. You can do your thing with it. Then I got an optic. I put an optic on this thing, and then I realized that something was wrong with it. Like, it just wasn't working right. So I actually sent it back to Keltec. And I took the optic off and sent it back to Keltec. So then they went through it and they were like, it's fine, sent it back to me. I put the optic back on and had problems. So I wound up going through that again. Then they said, this thing's working fine. Then I realized I literally did an experiment. I shot it without an optic. Then I put the optic on, tightened it like you should on an optic. And then realized it was tightening it because right up there in that plastic rail on top, if you put an optic on there and tighten it, the bolt is going through there, and you disrupt it.
Yeah, it's twisting things or crushing things. Yeah.
Yeah, and I said to them, this might be a flaw. They were like, yeah, don't put optics on it.
Well, what's the point of that?
Yeah, I don't. Then why put we're talking about a QD? Why put that rail?
Yeah.
Well. I mean, this obviously must be the factory the little peep sight on the back here.
Yeah, but why put a rail? Why bother molding a rail into there?
Oh, yeah, if you can't really clamp down on it, which you need to do.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But listen, I think they're cool. I think they have some cool stuff going on, without a doubt. But yeah, I found out. I'm telling you, those guys were literally here 1 week. I remember for the 4th of July, they were here. They were shooting videos on my property. They messed up, like the camera sliders you could put on so your camera slides. They messed that up. They did all kinds of I think the guys left their wallets, and that one of the guys left his wallet and his phone at a restaurant or something in Gainesville. And Lola and I went and got it and express shipped it to him. So on Monday, it was sitting on his desk. And I just did that video where I complained about the QD. And I think when you put a can on it, it wasn't working right. If you
so you were having mag problems. It didn't like Magpul mags.
Well, no, it liked Magpul mags. It didn't like the steel mags because remember that's rearward downward ejecting, and if you put a steel mag in there, it unseated it. But so Magpul mags, it would not unseat. So that's it. I just showed, and I didn't do any editing in the video. I just showed what happened and said my opinion. Ballistic.
Gone.
They went ballistic. I was like, oh, dude, so we can talk about this. I don't think it's any big deal. No.
Wow.
So yeah, that was the end of it. But I still buy Keltec things all the time. I think that what's that little thing they came out with that we liked? They came out with a little. Was it a little? Yeah, like a 4
shotgun.
Yeah, the 410 KSG, was that what it was?
Yeah.
Yes, that one's pretty cool.
Yeah. So, and when I see them, I say what's up and stuff like that. And I actually still have friends inside of there that I'm cool with when I have issues with something. But yeah. I feel like I'm talking about Scientology or Mixvam or one of those cults.
I don't think I actually own any Keltec things at all.
No? Okay.
They
have some cool stuff. They make some cool stuff, without a doubt.
Not for any reason. I don't think I actually own one.
Yeah. So Night Train says, "Damn, I went to the Keltec website and they announced a recall on the sub 2000s manufactured in 2017."
Trying to remember when I bought mine. I don't know when I bought mine.
Did they redo what did Keltec do this year at SHOT Show? Walt, did you?
I didn't get.
2003.
Oh, there's a Gen 3 sub 2000. Okay, cool.
Yes, a new one. I didn't get by the Keltec booth, unfortunately.
Okay.
I didn't. Yeah, it was kind of a. Josh, we had been exhibiting at SHOT Show for basically 19 years.
Oh, wow.
So last year I said, you know what, this is the last one. So we gave the tables up and we just went as Hank Strange Media, by the way, and just walked around, and it was the most, I will say, chill SHOT Show I've ever been to. So for us.
Looks
How
like
much
the Gen 3 is available now.
CMMG talked about them not doing anything like that, and because it costs so much money, and they were able to actually save so much money that they made their own range and spent like $60,000 on it or something like that. So I can imagine how much tables and stuff cost.
Yeah, I mean, just for us little, our thing was, you're probably between the tables and the hotels and the food and and you're probably talking easily, probably close to $30,000, something like that.
And you're inside the convention. So imagine the company, because I think Media Day, even though it's that one day, that's more than 50 to do Media Day. So if you add Media Day up with that, you're looking at like 80, 100. If you have more employees out there,
that's the first time in 19 years I've ever been to Media Day, because I wasn't setting up on Monday in the hall. So, and I don't have minions to do all that kind of stuff. So,
Brownells cut back too, right?
Yeah, they weren't there either. They were at Media Day, but excuse me, nothing.
Just walking around.
Yeah.
So
I saw their guys. I saw their guys walking around. Roy and all the other guys that do their web stuff.
Did you see Roy? Roy was at SHOT Show, but he's with a different company now.
Yeah, he's with that Patriot something thing with the vets, right?
No, he is with he is with that charity. I forgot the Special Operators something.
Yeah, but he's working for another company that does promotions.
He's working for another company. Okay. Yeah,
I think the last time I talked to him, he was at I-88, and that's what he said he was doing it with. I didn't know if he was with somebody else.
Yeah. You know what? I also don't like NSSF, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a lot of people are not happy with him.
Yeah, it's
not a fan.
It's a corporate tie club, so to speak.
Yeah. I mean, we're coming up to a break, but you guys saw that was there a guilty verdict in New York? Which, I mean, who's surprised on that one?
It's libel.
NRA. Libel, yeah.
Libel, yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know what we think about that. We got like 10 seconds here. Maybe we can all chew on it a little bit and come back and give our opinions if you want to get into that whole thing. I hate New York City. I love NSF compared to. With Armslist, you can shop the extensive list of local and nationwide firearms classified, now with more confidence because of their built-in firewall. For only $6.99 a month for personal use, or $30 a month for business vendors. So when you're in the market, please consider Armslist. We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of great companies like Armslist. So here, let me put it up here. So there's a bunch of stuff. You guys can search this. I searched Wayne LaPierre, but it says New York Times, NRA and Wayne LaPierre found liable for financial misconduct. Guns and goodies, how LaPierre spent the NRA's money. Time, what people get wrong about Wayne LaPierre's time at the NRA. So, why does IMDb have a thing? Former NRA CEO Wayne LaPierre found liable for illegal luxury spending. So, any opinions on this from you guys?
Good.
I don't. I think that it was inevitable. I mean, if that's what he did and he got caught up on, I mean, it is what it is. But how are they going to tell him? Like, I'm not saying that it's a good thing. Obviously, it's a bad thing what he did, but I don't understand how they can tell him what he can and can't do with it.
Yeah. I would agree with... Yeah, this is kind of... I feel two ways about this. One, I hate New York City. New York City is one of the most corrupt, or New York State, for that, I should be saying, one of the most corrupt places on the face of the planet. So, let's look at, for example, what's going on with Trump. And I'm not a super Trump fan or anything like that. But what they're doing with Trump is just ridiculous, right? Yeah. What if other states, what if Florida started going after Democrats or something like that? This would be chaos. So on that end of it, I kind of agree with you. On the flip side of it, as a gun guy, as someone who gave money to the NRA, as someone who expected them, I'm mad at them for this bullshit that they did. I think we all saw it. We're all unhappy with it. Lots of people have tried to do something about the NRA and make it better, make it serve the folks that it really should be serving. So, yeah.
I think that what we would expect is them not to do that, right? I mean, that's what we'd always we wouldn't expect him to do this or him to do that. But the fact that he did, I just don't see how they can tell him what he can and can't do with it, is what I'm saying. It's bad that he did it. I hate that he did it. But how can they tell him what he can and can't do with it?
Go, Walt.
I just got my I'm a life member. I joined after Clinton got elected. I got the magazine this month, and of course I'm a voting member because I'm a life member, and so there's
you're locked in.
There's a whole list of people that are running to be on the board, and then there's a bunch of changes to the charter, to their, and I haven't read all those, but that's a little different than normal because usually they don't come with a whole bunch of changes. So I don't know if they're. Unfortunately, the board members don't have any power. They can't throw him out, or they could if they all got together, but none of them.
But he is out there, right? Like he
left
or whatever?
on his own steam. But he's like Putin. He's still running it in the background.
He knew this was coming. He had to know this was coming. So
whoever's replaced him is all. I think over time, I don't think this was originally the truth, but probably in the beginning, definitely in the beginning, the NRA was a better organization, but at some point LaPierre took over and put his own people in there, and he's pretty much running it even though he's not there now. So we're not really going to get the kind of change that we're looking for out of this. I feel like we should all be able, he at least deserves some kind of public flogging, but by gun guys.
So everybody expecting something to change by him being gone. It's probably not going to happen because
No, I doubt it.
Unfortunately, like I said, it would take a major act of, like the seas parting for all these board members to get together and go after him. Once again, NRA board is kind of like the National Shooting Sports Foundation board. It's hey, I'm on the board. I'm on the board. It's like, who cares? You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's sad. I mean, I think it's been years now that I've just separated myself from the whole NRA thing. I never became a life member. There's lots of people who did, though. Like my brother, for example, did. Lots of folks out here have done that and given them their money and expected more than this out of them. Well, and I think we have the right to feel to be mad about what they do.
The NRA has always been kind of an organization that made deals and sold certain groups out to make a deal, these political deals, and so unlike the GOA who's fighting, there's no rolling over and letting them wiggle their dick any.
Well, I also like the GOA, for example. I've spent a lot of time looking at them, and they've grown since this whole thing has happened with the NRA, right? Yeah. But GOA doesn't waste the money. They don't fly in private jets and roll around in limos with bodyguards, and they don't have lavish craziness going on. Those folks, the people there deserve to get paid. They're working for us all the time.
The shots. I mean, I don't know if you got, since you've never been there, Josh, you wouldn't know. The booth that the NRA used to have at SHOT Show, effing huge, fucking ginormous. Ginormous screens where they play their movies and they play their LaPierre stuff, and it was just like, why do you need to have this ginormous ass probably $150,000 booth or $200,000 booth? I mean, what What does that
Also,
do?
also with Trump, if you remember, the NRA just endorsed Trump. There was no real. They just jumped right in there and endorsed him, but they didn't really look into it, and they never held his feet to the fire for anything.
There was
For
mutual
us, for
oral.
gun guys.
There was mutual oral sex going on with Trump and the NRA.
Right.
I mean, that they were sucking on each other's wong. So it's like, it was so
Yeah, I
cozy, it
agree
was
with
sick.
that.
I mean,
Yeah. But they just jumped right in with that endorsement. Now, listen, I voted for Trump, but the NRA never held him, to anything for gun guys, and I'm disappointed in that. I'm mad at Trump for that. I'm mad at the NRA for that.
we have all this bump stock bullshit because of Trump and his capitulation.
We have throw-out due process. Like, how can you get a pro gun endorsed by the NRA saying throw out due process?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, like, when they questioned him about it, he was like, "Yeah, they told me to do that."
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot to be mad about there, and I think that's what I like about GOA. I think they don't do all those things. GOA did recently announce that they are doing a big show. I think it's happening in Tennessee. Go, Josh.
Yeah, it's happening in Knoxville, my home area. But they're doing like a whole. This is supposed to be kind of like NRA convention almost, and it's supposed to be 3 days worth of that kind of stuff. And I've actually heard they're trying to do a range day as well, because Opie, where he does his classes at, the guy that owns that property, he owns like over 100 so many acres or whatever, and they were thinking about doing it out there. So I mean, it's supposed to be pretty cool, man. I'm definitely going to be there for sure.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't think they've pinned down the date exactly, right? Not yet.
Yeah, it's August 19th or something like that. The weekend of August.
Yeah, GOA has.
Yeah, they've pinned the date down. There's a date.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't remember the date, but it's in August. I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
I mean, that's going to be in Knoxville, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
It's at the Knoxville Convention Center.
Yeah. So you can walk. You can walk there.
I think it's going to be just as big. Yeah, basically, I think it's going to be just as big as NRA. Like, supposedly, there's supposed to be like over 50,000 people coming or something like that, and I mean, there's people going to have booths and all that stuff. I mean, it's going to be really cool, I think.
Yeah. Let's see the inaugural convention. Here it goes. Yep. Let's see. It's called Goals. So GOA LS, and Tennessee 2-day weekend event.
Oh, 2 days. I thought it was 3 days.
Yeah. Friday kicks off Friday, August 16th.
16th. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I do really want to go to this. I'm hoping it doesn't clash with like any van stuff I have going on, which I have to check with. If it doesn't, I will go there. So because I would like to support them. I'd like to be there for the first one. And I think this is an organization. My big complaint, I think, when I first got into the gun world, I remember going to SHOT Show, and like Walter did, going out to Media Day, I got on the bus. And I got on the bus, and there were all these traditional writers on the bus, and they kind of like swamped me when I said, "Oh, I'm a YouTuber," right? Because traditional writers don't like YouTubers. But there was one of them that I met, and I actually started talking to that guy. And I've actually had him on the podcast if people go way back, but I'm not going to bring up his name for anyone to go after him. But anyway, I remember him telling me that he had to go to this meeting, right, with NRA. So like a couple of days later at SHOT Show, I saw him and I was like, what was that NRA meeting you had to go to all about? And he said it was about you guys, you YouTubers. They were trying to figure out how to control you guys. and I was like, why would you want to control us when you could work with us? Now out of that came what you saw with NRA TV, Coleon Noir, and everything. I think one of the best things NRA did was deal with Coleon Noir, and I think he's taken that and really run with it, and he's doing a lot. He's doing way more than the NRA for the gun world at this point, right? So I don't want anyone to misconstrue what I'm saying and think I'm trying to come down on Noir, because I think that whole situation was awesome for him. But overall, they did that whole NRA TV thing so that they can control the message instead of working with us. And I think that was a big mistake, and that's why when they really got into trouble, they didn't have us on their side. And people on our side tried to deal with these guys. all the big guys out there tried to deal with them, and it just didn't work out. And it was an opportunity missed, I think, on their part for doing that. So, and I think GOA works in a different way, right? Because they're not trying to throw money at people and get into all this kind of stuff. They appreciate what we all do for them. I've had GOA come on here several times and all that kind of stuff. I think we could pretty much get them anytime we want to. We can get someone from GOA to come on here and speak about something. So, Night Train says Dana Loesch became a big name too, besides Coleon. Yeah. The big one to me is Coleon Noir, man. I have a lot of respect for what he's doing out there and how he took, that opportunity that he was given and ran with it. And we had him on this podcast where he said he got fired over the internet from NRA TV.
What incident?
No, because when everything fell apart, they never even spoke to him for everything he did. No one spoke to him. He found out over the internet that everything fell apart.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he said on the podcast. So
what I say about one of that stuff I say about being used like a Trojan.
Yeah. So
right out the window. Boom.
Yeah. Go ahead, Josh. I
was just saying, he's a fresh face at the time, young guy, like totally out there. It can hit with the people that they need to hit. So I totally see.
Yeah, I think it was big. I mean, who else can get onto all these, like, on the national stage? And he gets. I think he's been on like CNN or something, but he can get on Fox News. He can talk to all these people.
He was on Rogan like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
He's done it like 3 or 4 times, or at least twice that I know of. He's been on Bill Maher. He's been on all these other big, huge, like massive. Yeah. I mean,
yep. So I kudos to him. I don't want anyone to misconstrue what I'm saying, that I have a problem with Noir, because I don't. I have a problem with the way the NRA went about doing what they were doing, and I think they could have done it a better way. And we could have all worked together, but at the end of the day, though, they were set on being corrupt before all of this. So,
speaking of working together, as of late, GOA and the Second Amendment Foundation and some of these other groups have been doing that, working together. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to do like the enemy does. The Democrats will work together no matter how much they disagree with each other. They'll all come together for a cause and do each other's thing while they're doing it. Mm-hmm. And then when they get done having a party, then they go their separate ways, but they accomplish their goals.
Yeah.
We always have a tendency to, let's fight for this, but I'm not fighting in your party. Your party doesn't like my
party. Or we want
to
take credit, like NRA did that a lot.
Yeah,
other people would fight a battle and they would take credit for it.
They spearheaded the charge, and it's like, why don't you just charge, not worry about getting because it's about money. It's about this.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it is a thing, and I think you're right, Walter. Up until recently, it has been a thing with a lot of the different organizations out there all trying to fight for everyone's money. And I'm glad to see that they're getting together and working better on that. So.
Yeah, has John been on here since we started doing the Second Amendment or the second, what's it called? GOA's State of the Second podcast. Has he been on here since then?
Which John?
From what's his last name?
John Crump?
Crump?
No.
Grumpy?
Farmer. I don't know how you pronounce his last name.
From GOA?
Yeah.
Well, I know we've had what's his face on here. Why am I blanking on the head of the GOA? Hold on. I'm gonna
me too. Right now, I can see his face, but I can't.
Yeah, we've had Eric Pratt. We've had Eric on.
Pratt,
yeah, we've had John, of course, Antonio Okafor. I think we had Felicia. We've had a lot of people from there. A lot of folks from GOA on. So, John, I'm not sure exactly who you're talking about, Josh.
He runs the State of the Second podcast that they just started.
Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Froma?
I can't remember I don't know how you pronounce his last name. I just know it's like Frauner or Farmer.
Yeah.
Frauner, something like
that. I think I know who you're talking about.
He's a good friend of mine too, and I don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Yeah, but listen, anyone from GOA's, as a matter of fact, anyone from any Second Amendment organization, including the NRA, is willing to come on here, as long as they're willing to take some tough, hey, as long as you can deal with the tough questions, I'm cool
Yeah.
I'm cool with
They
you coming
can't.
on. So yeah, NRA one time. The one time I communicated with NRAs because we said something about them, and I put the NRA logo in the thumbnail, and they immediately had a lawyer get in touch with me.
Oh, that was NSFF you did that with.
That might have been NSSF also, but NRA I specifically remember as well. And I had to take that down and then just put in big red letters NRA, but I couldn't use. They were like, "Yeah, you can't use our logo."
You sure as hell can, because it's free transformative use. But I don't think you want to fight that. But yeah,
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, Eric Pratt's been on. Lots of people from there have been on, and I like the way the GOAs do it. Like, listen, I'm not like no one is perfect, and I would hold GOA or anyone else's feet to the fire if I knew of them doing specific bullshit.
Sure.
So, yeah, but I like how they do what they do. I've seen Eric Pratt here in Florida at a show working the table himself. Not people, not anyone else, taking everyone's questions, all that kind of stuff. As a matter of fact, I posted about it because I was like, here's this guy here by himself. He's the head of the organization, and he's working this table at a local show in Florida. And that's how those folks get down. So, I appreciate that. Okay, let's see. What else is going on, Josh? Anything else going on in the gun world you want to forget about?
Those are the two. That's the big one I know about is the Knoxville thing with the GOA. That's the big one that just got announced.
That's cool. That would be fun to go to and see everyone again.
Yeah. I hope it is as big as NRA annual meeting. I really do. I think I hope it gets as big, and I hope it lasts like that because I think it would be really cool to have a company that you can tell basically is doing what they're supposed to do with what they're getting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hope they never get infiltrated by Russian spies and all the bullshit that the NRA has done. Let's see what else. Okay, we were talking about PSA, and the PSA was on the show last week. So let me see if I can bring this up. This is the X account for PSA, and I guess they officially announced their what the secret gun coming was. And what is it, Walt?
The 545 crank.
Yeah.
5.56.
Crank, yeah.
Is this 5.56 or 5.45?
Yeah. No, first crank is going to be 5.56.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Okay, wait. Well, why would they do that though? Why wouldn't they make it 5.45?
Because nobody has 5.45 to shoot, other than me and like a handful of other dudes.
Aren't they supposed to be making 5.45?
Yes, but it's later on. They're not ready for that.
Okay.
They're going to do the 5.56, then they're going to do 7.62, then they're going to do 5.45 and 300 blackout, and I don't know what the future was after that.
So you guys are happy for this, right, Josh? Sounds like you're happy for.
I think it's cool because if everybody has 5.56, man. It's plentiful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I think it's great.
Yeah, but
I am thinking I might take one and drill a third pin in it and make some fun out of it. Because no way in hell I'm going to drill a third pin in my Russian crank, and then if I get rid of my SOT, I have to cut it into pieces. I would rather buy one from PSA, put a hole in it, and have fun.
If you don't know, Babyface P went into business for himself, so
Nice.
that's his subtle flex of being a manufacturer now.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You pay the government their stipend. Why not?
So listen, we got 10 seconds, but I want to come back here because you guys all of a sudden are not AK purists. So I want to find out why there's no AK purism here. We'll be right back right after this.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization like TUSC Crypto. TUSC cryptocurrency is a firearm-friendly e-commerce option for online payment transactions, secured on the blockchain. So when you're in the crypto market, please consider TUSC, TUSC.
Okay, so I'm going to put this up here again. So I'm going to ask you guys this. Like, this should be 545, right? Aren't you, as I was saying, you guys
you need to make a product that is able to be sold and fed. We don't have the means to feed 545. The reason I don't shoot any of my 74s is because I don't have the means to feed them. So
Okay.
I would, if we had a plentiful 545 market, then oh my god, yeah, it should absolutely be in 545.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's Walter, do you think that's a valid thing? Because you and Babyface are kind of split here.
Yeah,
I'm trying to start a fight, but obviously nobody wants to.
No. You're not. It's more commercially viable at this moment. Yes.
So why not just? Yeah, okay. So why not do 7.62 though?
No,
because that's not a real crank. Stop that.
So 5.56. How's that a real crank?
That's at least a more realistic.
You
22
changed
caliber
the whole.
round.
You change the whole characteristic of the
Okay.
crank when you go to the 30 caliber. As far as the felt recoil and all that stuff,
The
it changes.
softness. Okay. That
Yeah,
makes
it's-
sense. So 5.56 is closest without being 5.45.
The other thing is 7.62 already exists in the form of Dracos and mini Dracos and Z Paps and N Paps and whatever pap smear you want of the flavor for the day. You know, they're already short 7.62 guns have been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'd say go 5.56.
I sense something was coming in. Here we go.
Yes,
Here we go.
not real crank. Not real crank.
Yeah. So this is M92, right? So.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Actually,
those exist, and they're. What did you pay for that? Do you remember?
Like 14, I think, or something.
They're fairly affordable. That's a little expensive, but I thought they were fairly affordable.
What is this one, Josh? What are we looking at here for the people listening on audio?
It's a Zastava M92. Now, I think it might have been close to 1,000. It might have been like 1,100.
That seems more reasonable.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it was 1,100.
Oh, here's
so.
Baby. We got Baby.
There's the boy.
All he
Where's the
wants-
bullets? Get him some bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent you guys that video the other day of him finding all the ammo. Anyways, I'm sorry we interrupted. Yes. No. At that, like $1,000 for that is reasonable, and then you got a short 7.62 gun. Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was right around 11 or 1,000 or 11 or something like that.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But
By the way,
I'm not a huge AK person. Yeah, the other Josh is a huge AK person. He's
Okay.
He does AK stuff. But
How
I
is
don't
other
really-
Josh, man? I don't think I've seen him in a while. Last time it was just you. How is he?
He's doing pretty good. He has a bunch of family stuff, so he's not really doing a whole lot with the channel right now. He's
Okay.
just adopted a child, and so he jumped right into having a 6-year-old. So
Okay.
got
Respect.
a lot.
Oh my
of stuff
goodness.
going on.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
he's definitely got stuff going on with that, and
Mhm.
yeah, he just ain't able to do as much as he used to. So
Understood,
But,
man. Understood. Give him our regards.
yeah,
Yeah.
I told him, I was like, man, I ain't mad at you for it. You know, you got to do what you got to do for your family and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, he comes on every now and then when he can and stuff like
Mhm.
that, and we still go to events and stuff together and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Family's always the priority, man. You know, there's
Yeah.
always time for this. Shout out to Armament and Axes. I see him out there. He's calling me a dork for some reason. Because of bullpups. Okay.
I hate bullpups. I hate them.
You hate bullpups?
Absolutely, I hate them
Why? Why, Josh? Why?
because they get in your face. Everything is in your face. I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
What is everybody's opinion here? What is the nicest shooting gun you've fired? Because it's not to me. It's not a bullpup. Full length M16, really soft.
I'll tell you, I have a 5.45 bullpup AK that's really nice.
I just shot a PSA. This was Josh's actually brought it over the other day. We shot a PSA 105, AK 105, and it is awesome.
Okay.
Is that the
Super
5.56 gun?
Yeah.
This was 5.45, I think, or whatever.
5.45. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
awesome. I mean, it was super smooth. I mean, it
Yeah,
was like,
5.45 is awesome to shoot. I'll just tell you that right now. I got lucky with that Century Arms bullpup that's in 5.45 that I have. Like Patrick said, it's kind of tough. Like I have one of those green ammo cans, sardine cans of 5.45 that I don't want to
Spam
open.
can.
Yeah, that has like fallen on Lola's foot so many times she hates it with
this
a passion.
was so
But it's
cool
awesome.
compared to some other stuff I've shot, and it's like whatever. I think the one that I saw, or the one he brought over, was it had like a Midwest Industries like metal handguard on the front, and it came straight from PSA like that, and it was awesome. And,
I think we've shot that. Right,
the
Walt?
LG trigger in it, dude. It was so smooth. It was one of the best AKs I've ever shot.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
you know what?
we've
Another
shot
one that I
this
just
gun.
thought of?
We've shot this gun with Josiah, I think, didn't we?
Walter, the Bren, your Bren rifle is That thing feels like it's on rollers. That is a fantastic gun.
Oh, you mean the
It's so
CZ
light.
brand?
CZ
light.
brand, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that thing is that's like the world's heaviest. It's currently a pistol. That's the world's heaviest pistol ever. I mean, it's got.
But that's what makes it so nice.
Yeah.
You know what's
That's
and,
what
and I'm
makes it nice to
just
shoot.
I'm sticking in the because I know Walter hasn't
Oh.
said what's his favorite gun to shoot yet. Go ahead, Walt.
No, are you talking about the Cent Miel that we shot, Patrick? Did you shoot the Cent
No.
Miel?
The CZ brand.
The CZ brand.
shot you with
Okay,
CZ
yeah,
brand, and
I
that
have
thing-
the first iteration of the Bren, and
It's
yeah,
awesome.
What
it's
about
a big.
Have you shot the Bren 2?
No, I haven't. No.
Dude, that one is light. I mean,
Oh,
light.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
they-
have somewhere. Shooting
Um,
Gallery says I've been waiting to get their 103 clone from PSA. They're really smooth shooting. What's a gun that you like shooting, Walt? While you're thinking about it, here's something in the
Yeah.
AK line that Walter has that I absolutely love to shoot. I will shoot this any freaking day. That full auto AK-22 trainer.
Oh, the East German. Yeah.
Holy jeez.
Yeah.
Did I send you guys?
It is so sweet.
Oh, Walter. I have the jig. You need to go out and get yourself a Tipman. Just do it. It
You got the
is.
jig.
It is hilarious.
The
You
what?
Pull the trigger on that.
This
the
is
Tipman
that. This is
22.
that AR-20. What is it?
I drilled the third pin. They form two'd it at the range, and they needed me to drill the pin on it. And of course, I had to make sure it worked. I couldn't just take it back to the range
The Tipman.
without making sure it ran. Oh
Of
my
course.
god, it put a giggle on my face. Like something about full auto 22 is just giggle worthy.
It is God's round.
Oh my god, it's awesome. It was awesome. If you get like 25 round magazines in the form of an AR, it was cool. It was.
Yeah.
And I think the whole thing was like $500. It was such a cool M16 22.
Okay, that's nice. Yeah, Walt for the collection of 22 machine guns.
It's cool.
Yeah, Walt's like, I don't think I need another machine gun.
Well,
I tell you what, I've been really impressed with her lately. These radical firearms. I think these are really cool for the money, man. I think
Okay,
these
let's
are
take a look at
in
that.
tech. And I spray painted this one, but it was like right around $4.99, I think. And it's
Oh,
literally
yeah.
Very nice.
one of the most solid feeling rifles that I've ever felt for $4.99.
Okay, nice. Let's get a full look at that if you don't mind, Josh. There you go. Oh.
It's a nice rifle.
So did you get that? Who's making those? Radical.
Radical firearms, yeah.
Tell us something about them. Where are they?
From Texas. They are out of Stafford, Texas.
Radical Firearms. Okay.
I don't know much about them.
I
They're
think
pretty
I've
neat.
heard the name, but yeah.
yeah,
no.
they
Super solid. Like you don't really have any wiggle to them. Like they're just super solid. I love their handguards. I think they're probably one of the most best feeling handguards I've ever felt. I mean, and it's $4.99.
It's hard.
It's got B5 furniture on it. I mean, it already comes with it on there. Like for $4.99, it's really not bad. The only thing I would change is the charging handle. I wish it was a little bit bigger for $4.99.
Okay.
It's got forward assist on it already. I mean, it's just a good feeling rifle, honestly.
Yeah, they got some cool stuff. Just looking here at the website. Oh, they do suppressors also?
Yeah, and I don't do anything with them. I'm not affiliated with them at all. I bought this one and everything.
I mean, $4.99. The only thing better than $4.99 is $3.99.
and they're out there too. There's $3.99 ARs out there too.
Yeah.
So,
If you catch PSA on a good day.
Yeah.
oh yeah, you definitely can. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you buy the upper and lower separately, yeah, you can definitely do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Armament and Axis says made a video with a friend's radical. Maybe that's where I heard of it from. So Armament and Axis says he.
And he liked it.
I haven't
think he-
seen any bad things about him, honestly. I really
Okay.
haven't.
Okay, that's cool. Let's see. What about you, Walter? You got what else you got over there that you wanna, or Patrick, or? While you guys are looking into it, I will show off this Stag Arms that this Stag Arms 308 that I got here. This is something that I'm going to be putting up. I need to go to that auction place that Walter uses and sell some guns because I got to pay some bills.
Nice.
So what happens with that. So some guns
Got a
have
little
to go.
E-mod on there.
Yep. I've had this for a while. I got a bunch of 308 used to be my favorite round. I think when I started doing this, like 308 to me was, and I still have a bunch of 308 guns. So, but I'm cutting back a little bit on the 308s. But Stag Arms makes a good gun. I think they were one of the early guys doing
fireman's axe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
those are
hold on.
cool.
What's Patrick?
This is great self-defense right here. Let me tell you.
You should have used that to dig into your lawn instead of your hands.
Probably could have. It's nicely painted, though, or was nicely painted before it took some tumbles. But yeah, talk about something that can really do some work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's got to have some good axes around. It's always you can't go wrong by having some axes around.
Axes. I'm gonna ask you a question.
So we still haven't heard Walter. Favorite
Walter,
good gun to
what's
shoot.
your thing? Yeah.
You gotta have something on the brain. What comes up that you just enjoy shooting? You take it out and you just go, man, I like shooting this.
That is a hard question for me to answer because I
Pretty
like
much
shooting
everything. Walter can't turn down shooting anything.
Yeah. That's a real good question. 5.45 is nice. 5.45 is sweet.
Crinky crink.
Out of the
beautiful.
AK, I love anything that's 5.45.
That bulgy crink is a beautiful piece
So
of kit.
that Groza, is it? How do I always mess it
Groza?
up? You guys always hate how I say it. Groza. It's supposed to be Groza.
Groza.
Groza. That's 5.45, right?
That would be originally we're 5.45. Yeah.
You also made him in 9x39, which is a sweet round. I wish
that.
we could get
Let me see if I can pull it. Let me see if I can.
The
pull
new,
it.
get it new. That's brand new from.
I'm still hoping to get my hands on a red dot, and I know the owners are very busy and don't send out a whole lot.
I saw that at the SHOT Show too.
These are available at fattack.com with free shipping.
Have you tried it? Is it on anything?
There you go.
Yeah.
All of their. No, I don't have it on anything. Still in the box. I just got it yesterday, I think. But it's all everything they have, everything they make is available at fattack.com.
Yeah.
All free shipping.
I need to find my tactical fat stuff I did and send that to you.
Yeah.
I thought you had a T-shirt.
Yeah, I had a T-shirt. I had all kinds of stuff with. I think I've got an Instagram channel for that somewhere.
What's Iraq Veterans T-shirt company? Isn't it still over there?
What's it called again?
Yeah. Ballistic Ink.
Ballistic Ink. Yes,
Ink.
there you go.
I bet it's still there.
Probably. So check this out. Boom. Groza. This is the Groza. Just in case you're
beautiful
wondering.
gun. What a cool ass.
By the way, Patrick, we showed this to the PSA guys. They seemed impressed. I don't know.
Oh, they've never seen one before?
No, right, Walter? They were like, "Oh, that looks good."
Yeah, they were like, they really hadn't, which I was surprised. But
That is very surprising.
We got to make that a reality here at some point. I would love to get that. It's a bullpup. It's 5.45.
But
it's a little one. That's bullpup to the max short.
Yeah, it's all the awesomeness that. Okay, hold on. Let's see.
I get the reasons why bullpups are cool. Like I totally get it. You can have a 16-inch barrel and it's like shorter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I just cannot stand them blasting in my face.
No, I understand. I think that's a lot. What a lot of people's complaints about a bullpup would be that. I would say.
I think one of the last ones I shot was either the what's the one that what's that company that makes them?
IMI?
T95 or whatever it is. What's it? Who makes that?
Tavor. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's the last one I shot, and it has the double ejections. You can pick which side you want to eject on. Mm-hmm. It goes right in the face. Even if you going on the outside.
Oh, you're talking about the gas and stuff like that.
Have you ever fired a Steyr AUG?
Yes. Yeah.
That is a fantastic. That is peak bullpup to me. Nothing has gotten anywhere as good as the AUGs. Peak bullpup.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially as a diehard guy.
Yeah, I think AUG is good. There's trigger wise and stuff like that. K&M makes a nice bullpup in terms of trigger, but there's so many nice bullpups. Keltec has done some cool bullpups out there. You know?
I have.
The forward, rearward, downward ejecting and stuff like that. Did you guys
FS 2000?
the FS? Yeah, well, that's such a weird bullpup.
Oh, that's a weird one. I need to come
the
shoot it
FS
again. It's been forever.
Yeah, the FS 2000 is weird. I'm trying to think of what other. There's a bunch of shotgun bullpups, and those are never fun for the reason that Josh is saying.
Yeah, the Turks have made shotgun bullpups like your everyday thing. You know, they're everywhere. Everywhere.
Peace Loss and Mac and all those guys are bringing in all kinds of those, man. All kinds of shotguns.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember there was one. What was the one, Walter, that everyone had a version? Like Century Arms had one. Everyone had, but it was the same gun. Remember that?
Like
it
was Fury 12 or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah. Everyone had a different version. I think I have a version of it from Century Arms.
They're all the all of them are the same action in different bodies and chassis and style.
Yeah, different plastic and
Yep.
What we need is like a 5.7 bullpup. Other than the what you call it.
We have one. There is one, and it's a good one. You don't need another. You have one, and it works.
What 5.7 bullpup? No, I used to have the
PS90 is a perfectly good one. You don't need another.
I used to have one. I'd like to get one of those again.
We don't need to reinvent the wheel. That is a perfectly good bullpup.
That was early in my YouTube career. I had one, and I had to sell it to get,
something else.
To get something else, and I regret that. But if I go back into it, I'm getting a SBR version of that.
I want to mention something here. If anybody else has heard about it, I've gone to the Firearms blog. Minnesota lawmakers ponder rimfire mag tube restrictions under assault weapons ban.
Minnesota
and revolver shotguns and pistol gripped rifles.
We've always said it. They will never stop.
Minnesota has.
It's on the first page of the Firearms blog.
Let me go look at the Firearms blog.
It's the last item on the first page. So scroll all the way down.
Let's see here.
Mag tube. So your Mossberg with your
1022. Oh no, your 1022. Your Marlin Model 60.
Yeah. That's an assault weapon. Yeah.
What?
Well, that's what the brain surgeons in Minnesota are thinking about. Keep going.
You're right. We'll never stop.
No, that's
God.
yeah.
It's all the way to. Oh wait, yeah, there it is. All the way at the bottom.
Who's the governor of Minnesota? Classic 22.
Who knows?
Magazine.
Jesse Ventura?
No. Isn't it like a super liberal chick in Minnesota, right?
No, it's Tim Waltz, who is also super liberal.
Okay.
Why are we not more on the offensive? We're always playing defense. Why would we not be more on the offensive and try to push through so much crap that...
Because congressmen and women and House representatives and all of them are all pussies, and all they want to do is get reelected. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hasn't Minnesota been like co-opted by a bunch of
Minnesota's super liberal now, right?
Yeah, super liberal. A bunch of people that are in the politics in Minnesota are coming in from different countries and just fucking up Minnesota.
Well, Somalia?
Yeah.
You're talking about?
I think
Somalis?
so, right? Yes.
That's Minnesota.
Yeah, that's all going on in Minnesota. That's why. That's why this is happening.
But I don't think the gun banners are Somalis. Okay, that's not the ones banning guns. That's the good old fashioned white folk banning guns. Good old fashioned white liberals banning guns. That's what that's doing there. But my point is, why doesn't somebody stand up and go, "What the fuck are you talking about? This is a tube magazine on a gun that's been around for 70 or 80, 100 years.
Yeah, it's not.
You're scared of that?
SA-22s, the Browning 22 automatic, like the first.
The Who Moved My Freedom podcast is made possible by our partners at 2A Commerce. Veteran-owned and with over 20 years' experience, 2A Commerce is the leader in custom e-commerce and web application development in the shooting sports industry. Clients include major brands such as Guard Dog Body Armor, Sylvan Arms, AccuFire Technologies, The Tactical Games, Warrior Knife Company, and yours truly, Hank Strange. Visit 2A Commerce and support this show by supporting them. Once again, visit the number 2acommerce.com.
Let me just, I meant to say something about this earlier. When the show started, there was actually an ad running from a gun company, and then Palmetto State's got a banner there. So that's cool to see here on Player that there's firearms companies. I knew PSA was doing it from a while ago, but it was good to see some other gun companies getting up on this on Player. So that's nice. Yeah,
This
we're
is
gonna
the
have.
first time
Go ahead.
been on this.
Sorry.
I'm just saying this is the first time I've ever been on this.
So last time you were on, that was back when we were on YouTube. No.
No. I think last time I was on, you were on Skype, maybe.
Yeah.
Or Zoom.
No, we were using that to do it, but were we over on? No, we weren't. Oh, maybe
Probably
we
on
were
YouTube still.
Yeah, that was
Utreon.
probably YouTube.
Well,
Yeah, no. Utreon
Same
became
company.
Player. Yeah, Utreon became
Oh,
Player.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
yeah.
But there are some gun companies getting behind them, which I like to see. I'm glad for that. I think we're gonna have Sharia law in Minnesota. It's ridiculous, but
Okay, I don't think that's
Okay.
gonna happen, but
that's the people of Minnesota letting dumb shit happen.
there's not that many of those people as you refer to them in Minnesota.
For some reason, a lot of people are moving out there and
certain
changing.
Birds of the
Yeah.
feather. Remember that saying? Birds of the feather flock
Yeah.
together.
Well, for some reason, Bill Gates is buying up all kinds of farmland too. I mean, so
Who knows
Yeah.
why? We can never
Let's not even
guess.
talk about
That has
Bill Gates.
nothing- that we
No
never would know.
preclusions, no proclivities for Bill Gates.
Proclivity.
Shooting Gallery says Jesse the Body is crazy but pro gun, so there's that.
He's a. Me and Joe already had this discussion at work. He's a nut job. He's a freaking nut job.
So Joe, here's my advice to you. I'm all for free speech, and I talk back
Yeah.
all the time, and I give Walter a hard time. But when you're at work with Walter, just go, oh, yeah, yes, Walter.
no,
Yes,
I don't
sir.
expect that.
Yeah,
You don't
yes,
have
sir.
to bow.
And,
No,
yes, you are so sage and wise, Sir Walter.
We have a peaceful discussion. Yes.
No, I actually like to get Walter riled up, man. Sometimes it's fun. You know, there's a danger point when you push Walter to a certain point. You can kind of tell you've now waved the red cape or whatever in the bull's face.
You
too many
haven't backed
times.
over my water meter, so you're safe. Okay.
Yeah.
what do you think about all the cell company hack jobs that are going on?
Listen, people don't. Do you know that that's not the only places getting hacked? So, for example, pharmacies have been getting hacked, and I saw that in the news, and I actually sent it to Lola. She's a pharmacist, and she was like, "You know what? We've been having problems here all week, and no one at the hospital is even telling us what the hell's going on."
Because they don't want it to go out.
They don't want to admit that their protection is zero.
You always
Yeah.
want to obfuscate as much as you can and never say, "Oh,
Yeah.
we let your data go run wild."
Yeah, lots of shit
called-
is getting hacked, but that balloon that was floating over
There was-
recently, totally
There was,
believable.
there was a medical hack that happened. Oh God, I can't remember. I read about it last week where a group hacked into a. It was one of those. I think it was one of those online therapy or online psychologists. Or
They try to
psychiatrist
blackmail
things.
them or something.
And they stole all the patient data. The original hack happened.
Mhm.
They got very little, and then the second one happened, and they got all of the patient data, all of their personal records, all of their like doctors' notes and everything. And they basically went through and tried to find anybody that was important and try to blackmail them.
Yeah, yeah.
But a bunch of people automatically were like, "Here's half a Bitcoin. Can you take my name off the list?" And they were doing that supposedly. So yeah.
Wow,
big-
so they're getting away
big-
with this shit.
Oh yeah.
You know, well, I don't know.
Then on the flip side, they did track down the group that was doing ransomware attacks. So the group that was responsible for designing and implementing the ransomware, where it basically locks your system down, takes all your data, and you have to put in a code to unlock it. They tracked him down, and guess what country they were in? Anybody want to guess?
China,
Israel,
Russia,
Ukraine. They were coming out of Ukraine.
Oh, Ukraine! Bomb them!
Wow.
Bomb them! Send bombs!
They were operating out of Ukraine.
Ass missiles right up there. Whether it's China, Ukraine, Russia,
Israel.
North Korea is doing it. Israel, I don't care.
It would
who
make
does
more sense if it were China or Russia, but one of these that we're giving them as much money as we are.
Yeah, but
a lot of the hackers come from Ukraine. Let's be honest.
Technology, and a lot of, and don't forget about the Israelis. It's a national business.
Oh, they are great.
But also the hackers are working for getting bounties from different countries, right? Am I wrong on that, Patrick? Because aren't there different countries like paying some of these hackers to go after people? It's not just where it's coming from. Yeah.
Well, the Israelis are the perfect example because they created the backdoor spywares that were used to kill that Khashoggi guy. Like they're the ones that created it and then sold it to Turkey or whoever it was for them to kill the guy.
They're the ones that were cracking the Apple iPhones and stuff.
Yep. It's all 0-day exploits that they.
But it's a because of the military there. It breeds that whole thing, and then once those people get out of the military, they go private, and then
it's weird. See, this is the thing with anything, right? Any sword. First of all, the first rule of swords is a sword cuts both ways, right? And once the genie is out of the bottle with a sword, so what I mean, like once you invent a sword, anyone can make a sword. Once you invent a gun, anyone can make a gun. Drones. Remember when it was just us with the drones bombing the shit out of everyone? Now everyone and their mama who's a terrorist has drones.
I was reading that we have basically the proliferation of drones. Even though the Ukraine war that happened in 2014 is nothing like what we're seeing right now with drone warfare.
No.
The cheap Chinese drones that you can just pick up for $200 or $300 and put a grenade on the bottom of it is proliferated like crazy. And if you shoot it down, who cares? It's not a $2 million drone. I could go to China and buy 5 of them, 10 of them, 20 of them.
Yeah, I mean, if they're selling it for $200, they're making it for $20.
They're cheap. Yeah, the drones they're using are wicked cheap.
Oh, dude, when you see the drones they have, those are just the low tech.
That's the low level stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So.
What I think is hilarious. You talked about the balloon, and it was like, so we had the balloon that came over the first time, right? Mm-hmm. They said that actually
that we know of, the first time we know of that they admitted, yes.
Yeah, but they actually connected to our servers and all sorts of stuff to send information back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That happened, and the hack happened. And then now there's another one. Like, I mean, like that's some sort of.
They're saying this one is supposed to be benign, or like what is it called? Like a hobbyist.
Yeah, right.
Quote unquote. Let me tell you, if there was really a hobbyist in America floating that balloon, that person's ass would be in Guantanamo Bay right now. You can't even buy it. Like, even if you get a drone now and you do some shit with a drone, you have to have a license. And you do anything, they know who you are with the drone.
Yeah. We were out shooting that movie on Saturday, and they were doing some shots and stuff. And where we were at, the wildlife officers or whatever came by, and they were just making sure we were okay, because it was out there pretty late at night because we had to do like night shots and stuff. And the guy was like, "You got a license for that drone shot, drone stuff?" And I don't know what they did or how they got away with it, but.
Yeah, you can get the license, but you have to get a license, and you can't even use a drone in a national park in America.
And we're in Tennessee.
I know.
Like usually it's a super free state like here, and it's everywhere, man.
Yeah, I've been looking at it again. I had a drone, and then when all this shit started, I was like, "No, I'm out." But I might need to get a drone for some of the stuff that I'm doing, but I would have to get that permit because. So there's super lightweight drones that I think are under, like, what is it, 250 grams or something, and you don't have to technically get a license. But if you use it for if you use it for anything that can make money, so if you use it for YouTube, you have to get a license. And there's people who report YouTubers to them. So, like, people who look at your channel report you to them, and then they get in touch with you and they go, "Oh, we've noticed you've been making money," because they consider YouTube to be commercial.
I ain't making no money.
How do you know you're? Yeah, that's not a joke. How do you know you're not making, or how do you know you're not using shots off of like Shutterfly and stuff like that?
Do they care? That's the question.
I'm saying, like, how are they going to control?
And my point.
Footage.
Yeah, I agree with you. But my point is, this is what's happening here in America, right?
Exactly.
This is what's happening. If that was really a hobbyist balloon up there, that person's ass would be so beaten down right now.
You look at people in J6.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't even do nothing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know.
And there's people getting 22 years.
For 2 years before that, people were rioting all over America, dragging people out of their businesses, beating them to death, burning all kinds of shit down. No charges.
Yep.
No charges. Yeah. So, listen, that's why even though I'm not a Trump fan, and I always said, like, yeah, I'm done with Trump, revenge vote is going to happen here in America soon enough.
Yeah.
I think
it's already started.
Yeah.
I've never been on the Trump train, don't get me wrong. Like, I think that he ran the country good as a business, as far as, like, for the country. I think he did a good job in that, but there's stuff he did I did not like. And so
on the gun side, I'm mad with the stuff on the gun side. That's my issue. Everything else, relatively, I'm cool with it.
He could have cleaned up ATF. He didn't do it.
Yep.
True. That's what I'm saying. There's definitely stuff he did that I didn't like, but he did make us look like we had a backbone at least.
I mean, as soon as he left, all this weird shit started happening with China and I mean, okay, now he didn't do anything in Ukraine either when that was going on, where he could have helped nip that in the bud.
Ukraine was planned when Joe Biden was vice president. Man, there's no stopping this Ukraine shit. That was a plan. But I will tell you this though: America needs a president that mofos around the world think is crazy and don't want to mess with America.
They're scared of, and I think that's probably him.
Yeah.
At this point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen, I really wish we didn't have to do the revenge vote, but I think, like I've been saying this, if they want Trump to go away, stop fucking talking about him.
Yeah.
He'll go away.
Who do you think he picks for his VP?
VP. I like Ramaswamy.
I think he's going to.
I do too, honestly. I do too.
Yeah, I like Ramaswamy, man. Ramaswamy.
I think he's going to try to find a female to get some sort of woman vote person.
That may happen. It won't be what's her face? What's the name of the
Haley? Haley is.
Haley.
My God, what an idiot!
She's getting paid.
I came to that realization a couple of nights ago.
Yeah.
The reason her campaign is still running is because it's making money.
Do you remember the chick that was a news chick? She's kind of cute, and I think she was running. Was it in Minnesota? But she's a super Trumper. She's kind of a cute reporter chick, and she was running, and they tried to pay her off to not run, and they got in trouble because she recorded the Republican Party guy trying to pay her off, and the guy said, "Oh, the people back east." Do you guys know who I'm talking about?
You're talking about the woman from Arizona.
Oh, Arizona, yeah. What is her name? She used to be a reporter. Anyway, that is the shit that's going on. Nikki Haley is getting paid to keep this shit going. She's getting paid to keep it going, so she's not going to stop. She's or she's trying to force them into making her vice president. But I don't think Trump is going to do that. There's a bunch of other.
I also heard the opinion of somebody said that he would not pick somebody that would outshine him. Is what I heard too. And so I was like,
why would you do that?
Yeah, but
maybe
how would you outshine Trump? Good luck with that shit.
Well, maybe out-talk Trump.
Oh,
that's the only thing. Trump talks a big game all the time. Saying all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah, but I'm a New Yorker, right? That is one thing I do like about Trump. He has that New York attitude. Here's the thing, though. He's got the fucking money to back it up.
Yeah, well, that's why they didn't like him. That's why the Republicans don't like him, because he's not a puppet.
Yeah, but if he picked me, I don't think I'm going to outshine Trump. And I got a big mouth, and I talk a lot of shit.
No.
But Trump's got that money. That money gives you when they drop a $450 million fine on you, and you're not shook.
Yeah.
Well, why would you? You're not going to pay them that money.
I think in the end, no. But they're threatening. They're threatening. They want him to pay it now, which is unprecedented. And they're threatening to go seize shit, and it's nuts. That is nuts.
Nobody's paying anything. They're not going to seize nothing. They're
New York has gotten real fucked up.
I don't give a fuck. They're not going to seize nothing.
Those people in New York City have lost their fucking minds, and I can't believe New York is still letting it just roll like
What
that.
gun company just left New York? There was a gun company that just left. Who was it?
Yeah, upstate New York. That was Freedom.
Remington.
Remington. Yeah.
The remains of Remington. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're going down to Georgia, right?
A skeleton shambles down to Georgia.
I got a question.
There's a group that bought the Remington thing. Go ahead, Walt. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, from that whole Freedom Group thing, Tapco was part of that at one time. Who owns Tapco?
Good question.
JJE owns Tapco.
They do?
They bought the Tapco name?
What was good in Tapco, in your opinion? What was good in Tapco?
Well, Tapco started out as a crazy, like, redneck selling surplus parts.
Right. I understand.
Mosing the gaunt parts, and they morphed into doing their own stuff, and then they bought by Freedom Group, and then down the tubes.
2 items. They're
not magazines.
They're $40 AK trigger. T2 or T whatever trigger was awesome. It's not as good as the Geisley one, but it was like $40 or $35. It was awesome. And there's side plates that go inside the AK for the pin.
Yeah.
They were fantastic, and they were cheap.
So, but yeah, after they got bought up, to just down the slow road to
Okay,
so JJE owns the
JJE
Tapco
has
name.
that?
I believe JJE bought them out when they bought Bushmaster and bought the other. All this.
No. Bushmaster went to
Bushmaster
went to Franklin Armory.
Franklin Armory.
Oh, that's
Franklin.
Franklin.
DPMS.
DPMS. They have.
DPMS is what I'm thinking. Yeah, I think they bought Tapco's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Night Train says I never liked the Tapco mags for AKs.
PSA thing. I thought they had them.
Who?
PSA. I thought they had DPMS.
Yeah, that's JJE.
They do.
JJE.
Oh,
That's who's doing. That's what. And Harrington and Richardson. That's their retro stuff. DPMS and Harrington and Richardson.
Yeah. So JJE is the company that owns PSA and all these other.
Yeah, the parent company. Yeah.
Yeah, the parent company. Night Train says New York is a communist. Armin Axis says Hank is from everywhere. You damn right.
Yeah, here you go.
Internationally known and locally accepted.
Tapco G2 triggers, when they were available, were $28. They were fantastic.
That is nice.
Yeah.
There were a lot of guns. I think was Century Arms putting those triggers in.
Yeah, no, at the time when they were out
good.
there, Tapco G2s were in everything stateside.
Yeah.
They were better than military, but Geisley ALG hadn't come along yet, so it was like the best you could do outside of mil spec triggers.
Yeah.
LGs are nice, man.
They have gotten too big for their own britches, though. They started out as like $60 triggers, and now I think they're asking $114 or $120.
Yeah, it's up there.
They're gonna have to make another group. They're gonna have to create. Geisley will have to create another thing.
The point of ALG was to be a cheaper alternative to Geisley. What are they doing?
Yeah.
Everybody, the internet has been joking that
Make BLG, huh?
Well, Mark LaRue needs to make a competitor trigger.
LaRue?
Mark LaRue's like an asshole and hates Geisley, Bill Geisley.
Oh, really?
So he made the LaRue LBT2 trigger, which is really nice. I have one in one of my M16s.
LaRue makes good stuff.
Really, really nice.
LaRue
It's like $85 for a 2-stage, and it is 98% of what the Geisley triggers are. And he did it because
out of vengeance,
because Bill Geisley started making. LaRue had always been known for making optic risers. Geisley got into the optic riser thing, and LaRue said, "F you, I'm going to make triggers just like yours but cheaper." And he funded. You
gotta love gun guys.
He funded his whole trigger operation, set up like a whole plant just to make these triggers so he could screw Bill Geisley. That is the entirety of the story. They're great triggers, but people are joking that he needs to do AK triggers now.
Gun companies are funny. Remember those two? There were these gun guys who were somehow in an FFL thing together, and then one ratted out the other one, and then the other one ratted him out, and then they both wound up in jail.
Zero-sum game, my man.
Yeah.
Zero-sum game.
Mutual assured destruction.
Yes. Yep.
But, listen, the people benefit when you do stuff like this, right? You make triggers cheaper.
$85 2-stage triggers, they're fantastic things for the price. They're absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, you cannot complain. Could not complain. Okay, you got 36 seconds, Walter. What are you trying to say? Oh, okay. Walter's showing us. This is a butt scraping knife.
No, this is like a survival airman kind of knife thing. It folds up. It folds up.
I thought this was in the knife world. What would be a bidet in the bathroom world? No. No.
This is
Walter's not going for it.
A crust scraper. Is that what it is?
No, the poop knife is up there. Walter's got the poop knife.
Yeah, we're gonna take a break and we're gonna be right back.
We wouldn't be able to keep the Who Moved My Freedom podcast going without the support of manufacturers like Safety Harbor Firearms. SHF is a quintessential family-owned small business, totally representative of the American dream. Safety Harbor Firearms is a Florida-based manufacturer of the compact entry stock and the SHTF 50 upper for an AR-15 lower. Also, SHF happily delivers on your Sten gun parts needs. So don't forget to check out stenparts.com and safetyharborfirearms.com.
All right, we are back.
I still need to get me a Safety Harbor AR-15 lower.
Yeah, we got plenty of them.
I need me one. Are they on the website at all, or are they just kind of special orders?
They're probably on Safety Harbor Farms. They probably are, yeah.
You know what? I need to send you a logo, Walter. Next time you're going to make a bunch of lowers, and we'll make a MMF. WMMF lower.
I don't know when that's going to happen.
Well, Hank, you can always buy... Well, Walter, do you have any 80s left?
80%ers?
Hank, we could always get our hands on a bunch of 80s and laser engrave them if you want to do like a special thing.
Okay.
Actually, I should do now.
Can we put this on a lower? Can we put this?
That's a little too fancy. That's probably we probably could make it work.
That would take a lot of cleaning up work.
That's a lot of laser work right there.
All right. Okay, fine. So listen, we're going to wrap it up here. So I'm going to give these guys a chance. I'm going to start with Josh to tell you guys how you can support him, where you can go find out more info, all that kind of good stuff. It's been really fun actually having Josh on. We need to flip up the Free-for-All Mondays every day and have a guest come in. It's been cool having Josh on, though. So, Josh, I'll let you go first, man.
We're always on Black Diamond Guns and Gear. You can go there and subscribe and comment and like, because that's free and it helps us out. So everybody do that on everything. Instagram, we're always on there. Biggest thing is if you check out fattac.com, FATTAC, fattac.com. It's where you can find stuff for bigger guys that want everything tactical. We got everything in one spot: holsters, body armor, plate carriers, plates, everything you think of, belts. Everything. Yeah. So go check out fattac.com. It's where you can support us at, and that's it.
I think in the gun world, the fat guys are like a small minority, maybe 99%.
Yeah.
Of the gun world, right here.
Absolutely.
That's who rules the gun world.
Nobody's going to them. Nobody's pitching to them except for me.
Exactly.
Okay, so I got to ask Josh. Earthquake. I got to ask Josh this: you're going to have beard care stuff on your site?
Of course.
That's a very good idea. I'll have to mention it
because look here. I don't, but Hank doesn't either, really. But
okay, thank you.
That's a really good idea.
I knew there was something. It is a good idea.
While you're at it, you might as well start selling coffee too.
Yeah.
Well, I thought we were talking to. I was talking
fat
to
beans.
I was talking to Elder, and we were trying to do some sort of survival food and stuff too. So that only makes sense. I have food on there too. So.
Yeah. Keep us
posted. He's trying to
do
everything in one spot. So
you might as well have your own energy drink too. Come
next
on,
time, energy drinks next.
Right.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty easy to do, actually.
Yeah,
I tried the freebie Brownells that we got from the holiday thing. I tried it.
That thing tasted
disgusting. I hated it.
You didn't like it?
Really?
Oh, it tasted like aspartame and terrible.
Oh, really?
I'm surprised.
Okay.
Well, no, wait. Walter drinks Diet Coke. You like Diet Coke, don't you?
Yeah. It didn't bother me. I put it in the fridge, cooled it out.
Yeah, that's blackout coffee stuff is good. Yeah.
No, not the coffee. It was the energy.
I just
drink.
got nasty.
Oh, the energy. You're talking about the energy drink. Oh,
yeah, it's like
the energy. No, I didn't. I didn't drink that. Oh, okay. No, I didn't drink that.
Coffee smelled great.
For the 1% of guys who are skinny, you should just package containers of lard. Like to make your fat kit. Basically.
On the side, it goes from small to literally like as big as you can get. So I mean, we cater to everybody. So whatever.
So you've got 5X large on there. Because
Yeah,
that's the number one most requested T-shirt size that I get.
5X.
and
Yeah.
they're made with really good shirts. They're made with Bella canvas, so they're like really nice shirts. It's the same stuff that Ballistic Ink uses.
Oh, cool. All right, cool.
Except for they go all the way up to 5X and Bella canvas. They don't do that on other places.
Oh, okay, sweet.
5X.
Shout out to Ballistic Ink as well. Okay, Patrick, you could tell the folks how they could support you.
YouTube.com/BabyFaceP. I do have a couple ideas on the way. I have been trying to I've been trying to tell myself not to work on Sundays, give myself one day of respite.
No, you work every day now.
I have been failing at that because there's always something I can get done. I am extremely busy at the moment in the best way possible. And I would love to take on more work. So if you got a parts kit or you want me to build or paint or do whatever for you, it's Chrome Vanadium Arms. It's spelled phonetically and it is spelled incorrectly. ChromeVanadiumArms.com. I would love to take on work.
Yeah, and I think that obviously Lola and myself, our anniversary's coming up. It's going to be 25 years, silver anniversary coming up. So I'm going to have something for you to do here soon.
Yeah. Oh my God. Our 5th anniversary is going to be October, which is crazy. I can't believe Marley and I've been married 5 years already. It's nuts.
Oh,
the woman is a saint.
Oh my God, that's so
poor
long.
woman.
5 years.
It feels like
Marley, blink if you're trapped.
It feels like no time at all. It feels like yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Patrick goes in there and tells Marley, it puts
just
the lotion on its skin.
It just goes by crazy fast.
I said that like about 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Lola and we're coming up 25. It's been like 25 days, Lola.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Yeah.
It's been definitely 25 years.
Yeah. Walter, go. Tell the folks how they can support you.
You can Safety Our Firearms is on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and Play Your. Stent Parts is on stentparts.com, or you can email us. And then there's Dirtfoot Racing, the mini bike stuff, which is also on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, and Player too. Yeah.
There you go. Don't forget to get those raindrop hoodies. I think the price has dropped on the raindrop hoodies.
Yeah, the raindrop camo. Raindrop camo hoodies right here. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Let's see how we do this here. There we go.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Looks.
I look
awesome.
like an IDF soldier with their bonnet, the big things.
You
they
look
have
like
on
your
their-
own granny. Yes. Anyway, listen. It has been fun hanging out with Josh and Walter and Patrick. Good to see you guys. I'm not sure. We're probably doing next Monday, right? Are we going to be back from the show? Yeah, I should be back from that RV show. If you want to hang out with me and you're in Florida, I'm going to be at the Ocala RV show starting like Thursday or something like that. I'll be out there if you want to hang with me. You can come see some cool RVs, overlanding vehicles and stuff like that out there. So big thanks to everyone for doing this, all the folks in the chat. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Josh, stay right there. We are out of here. Let me go hit the buttons here on this. Bam.